damn straight.
The following content contains adult language and humor that is not suitable for viewers under the age of 18. Viewer discretion is strongly advised. The views and opinions expressed during the following video content are those of the individual and may not reflect those of others. Thank you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome, one and all, to this Sunday edition of Pacific414 Pop Talk, along with Cash Bunny 007 Baron Norman Tag. I am your host, Mike, and today we have quite a few articles to get through, and I hope Baron is ready to read all the articles we have, all 7 of them. Lucky number 7.
But we never get to all of them. We never get to all of them.
In this case, Pally Boy, we're getting through all 7 of them, Pally Boy. And there's not anything you can do about it. You want to tell the audience why, Cash? You want to tell them why?
I'm not feeling good. I gotta go.
Well, Baron decided to go AWOL yesterday. He was supposed to join us for a stream, and we were going to help his community in State of Decay 2, and he decided to fall in a toilet or whatever he did. So
stuck to a toilet. You think my fat ass can ever fall into a toilet? No. It was the suction of the toilet that kept me on the feet. Got one of those,
yes.
One of those toilets can happen that can, deal with one of my downloads, and make sure you're off the toilet before you flush.
Yeah, we were going to help build his community and stay
man.
Make it one lean, mean fight machine.
Yeah, we're going to help him for a few hours, man. It was going to be a fun stream, but nope.
Instead, he hears the loud suffering saying, "Hey, Baron, is that the Forbidden Donut? Forbidden Donut!"
That's right. Every time, man. Every time.
Hey, I'm scared of zombies, man.
You hear that, folks? He's scared of zombies. Baron Norman Tag is scared of zombies.
He's scared, man. Come on, man.
I'm scared, man. Help me, man. Help me.
There ain't no helping you.
And Baron. And ignore that sign behind me there. I do have a GoFundMe for Taco John, so please contribute generously to it.
No, don't feed the host. That's what the sign says. Caution: do not feed host. See, I don't have to worry about getting fed. I already ate before the stream, so I'm good.
Don't lie. I mean, it's a lie. Don't fall for the lie. Excuse me. Oh my, I don't know where that came from. My apologies.
Yeah, he was hitting back a few before the show going, huh.
Oh, yeah.
We got to deal with those 2 assholes.
Yeah, that and, yeah.
Well, he was a bigger asshole, so, we're on the good side this time. He's on the bad side.
Yes. Yeah, there's only so much abuse I can take.
But before we begin,
admin abuse right there. It wasn't Mike. I know it was. It was another jackass.
What do you mean?
Uh-huh.
What do you mean, man? Come on, man.
Right.
But before we begin, how are you doing today, Cash?
I'm doing all right. Yeah. Hopefully in the future we won't have a certain fat ass let us down, but it's okay. It's okay.
Hey, I can't do clips. Damn it.
Well, what do you mean you can't do clips?
It's not letting me do clips, man.
Well, the price increase of StreamYards. Apparently, they took something away. I'll have to look at it afterwards. You can change that. Apparently, I'm not changing it.
He can kick me, and I can't kick him.
Oh, wait a moment. There it is. Oh. There it is. I don't know what the heck was going on there, man. Never mind.
What the? What is this guy doing to us, Cash?
I don't know. I think you should give me the power next time and take it away from Baron. That's what I think.
I don't have the power, guys.
I don't know who any of those people are.
Yeah.
What does this button do, dude?
Give me the power next time, Mike. Hook me up, man.
You got the.
I should revoke somebody's power.
Mm-hmm. I think you should for a little while.
Yeah.
I apologize profusely, gentlemen. I groveled some more.
Yes, does he not realize that the three of us always give each other a hard time? And
I'm crying
well,
now.
yeah, well, we deserve to give him a hard time after what happened yesterday.
I'm crying. I'm crying now.
He even kicked me out once. I should be offended.
Does he not realize? Was he not listening when we said backstage? Anytime one of us misses a stream where we don't notify the other person that we're going to miss a stream, we just blatantly miss it.
Exactly.
That the next Pop Talk, you get to read all the articles.
That's
right. Have fun.
You arbitrarily came up with that. I had no idea. I'm still crying. I'm still crying. Boo.
You don't have feelings, Baron.
You don't have any.
You don't have any feelings.
I was trying. Damn it! I was trying to get a sympathy vote here.
No. No
sympathy vote.
None.
Speaking of sympathy votes, I did vote yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh, so you voted for the Forbidden Donut. Forbidden Donut 2024, everybody.
Well, I had to be unburdened by what has been burdened and needed to go for someone I can identify that grew up in a middle-class household. So.
You went for the Boston Cream.
Yes. Aha.
Ew. Ooh. Ew. 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 Putting that in association who I was. Oh, God. No. Oh,
so you went to go vote, and then he put pineapple on his pizza. I see.
God.
Okay.
Boston cream.
Well, yeah. He got the Boston cream, then he put pineapple on his pizza for some ungodly reason.
No. That's the long suffering. The only time I ever put pineapple on a pizza is for the long suffering, and I make sure I have my own. She likes it. I don't. No. That's a violation. No. Don't even go there, or I'll blow this shit up, man. That's the line. That's the line. That's the line right there. That's going over the line. Pineapple on pizza and implicating that I would do that over the line.
No, the only one that has the authority to activate the self-destruct sequence on this show is me.
Yay.
I can also cancel the self-destruct too.
No. Well, if Baron gets out of hand, you can just put him in a timeout, Mike, because I don't have the power anymore. Not yet.
Not yet, at least. Not yet, at least.
But folks, the decision, Mike.
These are the 7 articles that Baron will so graciously read for us.
Yes, he will. He will like it.
And
remember,
he will enjoy it.
Talk with Don, so I'm waiting.
So,
keep it brutal.
The first one that you're going to read is this one, Baron. Godzilla -1 director Takashi Yamazaki might want to remake Godzilla versus Hedorah.
Ooh.
No, sorry. I'm too much of an ugly American about that. I don't want to talk about this foreign media.
You're reading it.
You're reading it, bitch.
Okay. I don't know. It's Japanese. I don't. No.
You're gonna read. You're gonna like it. We've all read Japanese articles. Come on, man. Well,
I hope you've taken your medication because
no.
This next one from Fandom Pulse that we'll read after the Godzilla article is Dungeons and Dragons New Dungeon Master's Guide exposed as a safe space for degeneracy.
Woohoo!
He's speechless.
He is.
He's at a loss for words.
No, I'm not at a loss of words. I'm just kind of keeping them in right now. There's no loss of words. Trust me, there are a lot of words. A lot of words. And trust me, all I need to do is just kind of let them flow, and this channel will be imploded. YouTube will go, oh, God. The FBI agents that are listening to us will go, oh, my God, we wouldn't even go there.
We have an article that we'll read after that one from comicbook.com where Sebastian Stan nearly played Captain Kirk and did a William Shatner photo shoot.
Oh.
And speaking of Star Trek, we also have some sad news related to the Star Trek family, and that is the passing of writer and former Star Trek Voyager and Star Trek The Next Generation executive producer, Jerry Taylor.
Yeah, I saw that this morning.
Oh, wow. How old was he?
She.
Or she, excuse me.
Sexist pig.
Bitch.
Yeah. What was it, 86?
Wow.
I know she was in her 80s.
Yeah.
And of course, it's the title for today's Pop Talk from Deadline. Sony, Jeopardy, and Wheel of Fortune hit with race, gender, and age discrimination complaints.
Okay. I can't wait to read that one.
Mm-hmm.
And then this one from Cosmic Book News, 2 Predator movies coming, possibly Aliens vs. Predator on the way.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll also take a look, as soon as it's up, at the weekend box office. But first, we're going to go ahead and go into this first article from Bounty in the Comics.
Okay. Well, first of all, I just want to sit back and say, to try to excuse myself a little bit. I was a bit of a kerfunkel this last weekend because I was suddenly ejected as a guest on the Joe Rogan Experience on Friday for some schmuck. I don't know who the hell. I haven't even listened to it because I'm really pissed off. So, but I was able to do AP on stream. But I'm still kind of stung by the fact that I got short shrift by Joe Rogan and his Experience. So.
Hold on. Who are you calling schmuck? Who are you, Barrow Attack? Calling schmuck.
I don't know. I didn't even watch the show. I don't even know who I got bumped for. Obviously, someone not as important as me. So
I heard it was a guy that worked at McDonald's last weekend.
See, I worked for KFC. No, enough of this McDonald's stuff.
Oh boy!
Just all we need is someone who flips around with the fryers with the.
Yeah, all we need somebody going on Joe Rogan talking about the 7 herbs and spices.
Yeah, got it there. Yeah, I mean, Joe Rogan would definitely like the 7 herbs and spices, if you know what I mean. Okay, so we got ourselves an article here from Bounty in the Comics. Listen to the professionals. Hey, Pop Culture Mechanic is here. This is written by. Hey. So this is a Bounty and Comic byline by J.B. Augustine with a byline dateline of October 23rd. So just a few days ago, Godzilla minus one director Takashi
Yamazaki.
Yamazaki.
I thought it was Yamazaki, but might want to remake Godzilla versus Hydra. Ooh. So a sequel to Godzilla -1.
I read it as Hedorah, but what do I know?
I think maybe it's Hedorah. I think it's Hedorah. Yeah.
Hedorah. Okay. A sequel to Godzilla -1 is all but guaranteed after its massive success worldwide and its unprecedented Oscar win. However, with nothing official, the film's auteur guiding force, Takashi Yamazaki, is sowing seeds for a potential season. Yamazaki. Yamazaki. There we go. Is sowing seeds for a potential season that could be big, retro, and trippy season.
Wow, man. Trippy, man. Far out.
Ooh, look at that. That's trippy. Woo-hoo-hoo. So during a New York Comic-Con panel, he mentioned he would like to attack with reinterpretation a divisive classic that recently turned 50. And has slowly built a following over the year. Via Kaiju United, Yamazaki, yeah.
And
Yamazaki.
It's divisive, but yeah. Anyways, go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Revealed if the opportunity presented itself, he'd jump at the chance to remake Godzilla versus Hydra?
No, Hedorah.
Hedorah. That's like it's Feige, and I will say.
Oh, you mean?
Don't
do it.
I need to read articles.
Yeah.
I think that for its time, Hedorah was a very cutting-edge kaiju, and thinking about the type of visual expression we can do with technology and how far it's come today, I'm imagining how it would move, and I think that would be a really cool remake, he explained. Hey, I didn't want to be. I took your advice, Phil. I didn't want to be an epic loser. I was following your advice, Phil.
He calls his team Epic Phil.
Yeah, I wasn't. See, Phil, I was following your advice. So, Yamazaki is not the first current-day Godzilla filmmaker to share his admiration for the smog monster. Godzilla ex-Con director Adam Wingard expressed a clarity for the Showa era a while ago and cited Hedorah as its highlight. Godzilla vs. Hedorah is my favorite of the series because it's the most experimental. It's like the Easy Rider of Godzilla movies. Where the hell did they find choppers big enough for them to ride? And were they wearing American flags or the Japanese flags?
It's Japan, man.
Well, you never know. I mean, can you imagine watching those two riding a motorcycle through Japan, knocking buildings over as they do that? I mean, that'd be cool. Easy ride.
You kidding? They're wearing bandanas. They got leather jackets on. They got shades.
Yeah. Bring back Jack Nicholson for just one last outing, riding on the back there. Wingard said, adding...
What? A big Hedorah, Godzilla, and Jack Nicholson? Let's load up this town, boys.
Well, I mean, Jack Nicholson's ego is bigger than the two of them, so why not?
That's true.
Yeah, I mean, no lies detected. Wingard said, adding...
Yeah, okay.
Wait until they get a look at me.
Look at me. Yeah.
Here's Johnny. Wingard said, adding it has a psychedelic, colorful vibe, especially if you lick those little stamps they give you before you walk in. Portrayed by Kenpachiro Satsuma inside the hot and heavy suit, In his first Godzilla role, Hedorah boasts a few appearances over the years, but has never left the hearts and minds of Kaiju fans. Can you imagine some Kaiju fan having a body pillow of Hedorah? Yeah.
Hold on, Phil. Hold on. There was no team in the failure. There was no team in the failure. The team was there, ready to go, ready to kick a zombie and kick him down, shoot him down, shut up the screamer, take on a juggernaut.
Mm-hmm.
We were ready. We were ready.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Kat, like I said, Phil, I was following your advice, so don't get too uppity with me. After his recent return in a short film that used good old Takasu techniques, the
Well, you skipped a paragraph.
oh, I did. Oh, sorry. Portrayed by. No, I read that top one there. This one?
All right.
Yeah, I read that one. Remember I said about the Kaiju pillow? Yeah. After his recent return in a short film that used good old Takatsu techniques, the Renoir period might be the best time to introduce yet another one as an answer to the stinger at the end of the 1971 film by Yosamu Bano. I have no idea.
Yoshimitsu Bano.
Yoshimitsu, yeah.
Bless
I got it right, yep. Yeah, right.
Based on a trend in the movieverse, it would not be
Movieverse, Monsterverse, man.
Oh, Monsterverse. You know what? Just a second. Let me turn off the light here. There we go. Now I can see the screen better.
Okay.
Based on the trend in the Monsterverse, it would not be unreasonable to expect Bano to receive an executive producer credit on a Toho production from Yamazaki, as a tribute to the former creation. Call it poetic justice, that is, if you buy the story, they blacklisted Bano for his trouble. Ooh, and that's the story of Godzilla -1 meeting Hedorah.
No, I honestly haven't seen Godzilla versus Hedorah.
Right.
No.
However, having seen Godzilla -1 and a few other movies involving Godzilla and a few other monsters, this could be a possibility. I don't know if it's going to be as good as Godzilla -1, but it's got possibility. Cass, Baron, thoughts?
Yeah. Not much. I'm not that big of a kaiju guy. So Lord Grit would probably have a better thing to say.
Yeah, -1 was great, but yeah, I don't. -1 was great. So yeah, I don't know. And this might be a remake people want. I'm not sure, but
I mean, if they do it right, that's all we got.
Maybe we should do a watch party of Godzilla versus Hedorah at some point in the new year.
We could.
Well, especially if you got that lady in there. Ooh. Now, granted, she's probably 80 now.
Baron is probably like, "Hello, nurse."
Oh yeah. Well, my weakness.
Yeah,
but for anyone who has seen Godzilla vs. Hedorah, please add your thoughts.
Please. They're worth more than mine. I can tell you that right now. Like I said, if they're going to redo something, just do it right. Again, in this age of redoing everything, let's just keep it to the basics. Keep it to what it's supposed to be.
Well, even with anime recently brought some stuff back, and it's like, ugh, what are we doing with this? Like, why are we remaking this? What are we changing?
Yeah, well, they do that a lot too in anime. I mean, all the different reboots of space battleship Yamato and others like that. So It's not an odd thing for them to do it all the time.
It's just changing things they don't need to change. But yeah. So I don't know. I mean, I guess people are excited about this remake. I don't know. Not sure.
And
I guess so.
Baron, before you read this next story, I just gotta sincerely remind you to make sure you do one particular thing
For you.
One particular thing for your health. I'm serious, man. I'm very serious, man. You know, just take it easy, man.
I'm calm.
Now you are, but
calmer
what about when you get into this article? Just listen to the dude, man.
Calmer?
Take it easy, man.
I'm perfectly calm, dude. Calmer than you are.
You just take it easy. Calmer than you are.
Calmer. I got my nitro pills right here, so yeah, I'm all set.
All right.
Took everything, and yeah, man. Yeah.
You say that now, but Cash and I will be on standby just in case you start going into convulsions. And
well, then guess who does the rest of the? Oh my God! They had to use an AI for their pitch. Oh, yeah. Come on, man!
Yeah, I don't like that. It's quite obvious. Yeah.
Already, we're not going on a good start here.
Yeah.
How hard is it to do up? I mean, how hard is it?
It's annoying.
Really, how?
I know. Just have a picture with an actual, yeah.
I mean, the way you can tell it's AI. Look at the length of the index fingers.
Well, yeah. Well, his boyfriends must really love him. And well, look at some of the dice, like that yellow one over there on the map, and which I'm assuming is supposed to be a foresight.
There's a lot of Grummies stuff involved in this. I don't know. Baron can.
Yeah.
I like things that he says here and there, but sometimes he goes a little overboard on stuff.
Is it this who does this? Is Grummies?
Yeah, Grummies has a bunch of
okay.
Those are just
silly name. So this is from the Fandom Pulse, and it's bylined by Fandom Pulse, and it's datelined October 22nd, 2024. So that's this year. Okay, let's get into it.
Real quick, I just want to say hello to 3 Rock Creations. Good to see you.
Hi.
Hey. Hello.
You know, a dragon would say the safe spot would be inside his belly. Don't believe the dragon. Dungeons & Dragons' new Dungeons Master's Guide exposed as safe space for degeneracy. Wizards of the Coast has turned Dungeons & Dragons into fetish play. It's no longer the fantasy tabletop game you once loved.
That's a fair point. Yeah, I know, right?
Weenies of the Coast has been. Don't correct me on that. It's Weenies of the Coast.
No, I'm fine with that.
I'm trying to be
Wusses
nice.
of the Coast, yeah, whatever you want to call it, yeah.
What was that?
Weasels of the Coast.
Oh,
that's
Weasels,
the one I came up with.
Yeah. Weenies, Weasels, yeah.
Yeah. They used to be awesome, but those were.
Oh,
those
hell
were
yeah, they
gone.
used to be.
Yeah, they did.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, about 20 years ago when third edition came out.
Mm-hmm.
And now they're. Oh, never mind. Weenies of the Coast. No, it's not. It's not 3 Rock. Has been signaling that new edition of Dungeons & Dragons would be a woke monstrosity for the last 2 years. But the new Dungeons Master's Guide shows it's far worse than we thought. They all come pages stuck together from the team relieving themselves on it, if you know what I mean.
Baron, stick to the article.
Oh, come on. I have to have a little bit of fun. I'm trying to keep it down. The tabletop RPG system came under fire earlier this year with previews of Mexican orcs. Da 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 da. I still want to have Mike's opinion, Mexican Iron Man opinion about that. Mexican orcs.
I've got a feeling he would go off.
Do they realize how insulting that is? After these same weenies were the ones bitching and moaning, saying, "Oh, all orcs are is a racist slap at black people."
Well, I'm not surprised they're being hypocrites about this whole thing.
No, not at all. That's all they are. Okay. We continue on. I'm trying not to. The tabletop RPG.
Good? You good, Baron?
I'm good. I'm breathing into a bag right now. Excuse me. The tabletop RPG system came under fire earlier this year with previews of Mexican orcs, where they turned the evil orc fantasy race into a bastardization of Latino culture. At least they didn't say Latinx. This came after an executive at
Weasels of the Coast, or whatever you want to call it. Yeah.
No, Eastern Phobes of the Coast, because let's face it, that's what they are. Eastern Phobes gave an interview a year prior claiming he wanted less white men to be part of gaming. News for you, orcs were not white. But I see what they're trying to say. They're trying to get...
Right.
So let's go out there and try to get other people, other ethnicities, by taking the evil, nasty, backward, smelly, invading culture and make them Mexican. Hey! Ole! Oh, you... Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now,
calm down, man. Calm down.
I'm calmer than you. I'm calm, man. I'm calm.
Oh, I'm perfectly calm, man.
I'm perfectly calm. Yeah. Now, Grummies has revealed how bad the new one D&D system is through the series of posts on Twix. He said, Dungeons and Dragons falls off the woke cliff in the brand new DM guide, Dungeons Master's Guide, for those who might not know. There is an entire section where DMs are encouraged to have players fill out sensitivity forms about what might trigger them, and an emergency X gesture where any player can stop the game if they feel uncomfortable in a fictional fantasy setting. Funnier still, at Ists and Phobes of the Coast at Wizards D&D are being accused of stealing these ideas from other games without credit. A thread. Well, to be honest,
here's what I would ask those working at Wizards of the Coast right now.
What would you say you do here?
They beat off handless monkeys.
Welcome, Padawannabe.
Handless monkeys that are addicted to smoking. That's what they do. It's like, oh, time for the monkey beating off time. Hey, maybe we can put that in the next game instead of bears. Now, how dare they do that? How dare they do that? Look at this awesome cover, right? The War Duke, the evil War Duke, Venger. I don't know who that one is down there, right? They're going to have that awesomeness on your cover. Villains that would make you drop a deuce in your armor. So, insensitivity. What makes you feel uncomfortable? Most of these twat waffles would be giving the signal before. Just look at the cover of the book in the freaking start. But back to the story. The new DM guide features 2 core tools for player safety, which are nothing more than safety blankets for coddling the perpetually offended and afraid. And everyone at the table has to agree to this pandering, where one player can dictate what you can and can't have in your campaign. Yeah, in the old days, you know what that was called? The DM. It was the DM.
I think the DM decides through the rules what goes and what doesn't, but yeah.
Right. He
What
might
do you-
have a discussion
Hey,
with the players, but
Phil,
Yes.
Phil, talk to Wizards of the Coast. We're not the ones that are calling them Latin.
right.
And I am curious. What do you have to roll to crap your armor?
Anything under 20.
Okay.
If you get a perfect 20,
And
you crap
also, Phil, I am going to correct you. Having grown up in Southern California, yes, they do refer to themselves as Latinos and Latinas.
Yes.
Yes, they do. They do, Phil.
There.
That's not.
And in some areas, the Chicanos.
Yep.
Yes.
And mañana.
I have heard many people say we do not identify with the X.
I have heard many say that too.
Yes, a lot of them find it very offensive. Yes.
It's the white women that prefer calling it that. You know,
I was gonna say that's the new saying. That's some white shit.
Yeah. So, the first tool in the game expectations form, where players list their hard and soft limits. My God, are they going to an orgy? Are they going? Are they swinging? Do they have to have the safe words? Yeah, they do.
Is this a swingers club?
Yeah, this is what this is. They're hard and a BDSM swingers club. What's your hard limits and what's your soft limits? I got the writing crap. A hard limit is what you campaign. What? Huh? A hard limit is what it should be your campaign can never have. And a soft limit is where you may only lightly touch on an area. Oh,
I'm confused. Didn't we name this already? Is it not called house rules?
Yeah, you have house rules. You've always had house rules, but you know what? They didn't go to this extreme. Let's just put it that way. What? Oh, by the way, I just want to tell you, thank you for having me on Friday, Padawannabe. You guys are actually lucky. If it wasn't for the fact that Joe Rogan kicked me off as for somebody who worked for McDonald's, I wouldn't have been available. I don't know who it was, but someone who worked for McDonald's. Thank you. Yeah, I know you're sloppy seconds, but what the heck?
Yeah, we'll never make you pronounce words that you can't.
That's my name. What? So,
Phil, I'm just telling you, and Cash can vouch for it. So can Padawannabe, having lived in California as well. They refer to themselves as Latinos and Latinas in Southern California and in all of California.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Phil, he's
in all of the Southwest. So
other people refer to themselves also as Mexicans,
Essays,
Guatemalans, or
Chicanos. Yeah.
I think on a good day, the easiest you can go is homie.
And if you doubt my knowledge on that, Phil, I lived in California from the day I was born until I was 19. So,
go down there and walk into it. Walk into an intersection and say, "Where are my Latinx people at?" See what happens.
Oh God!
The people just look at you strangely. I'm sure. They're like, "What the?"
I think that's the best you could hope for.
Oh man.
Yeah, they're not gonna. It's just disrespectful.
Yeah, it is. It's absolutely disrespectful. But it's good to see Dad Man walking.
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey.
And again, Phil, you got to remember, Mike lived there from the day he was born until the day his dad was able to get that balloon made so they could escape out of California with bullets, bullets riding up at them and everything. But they managed to get out.
I'm not arguing with you on stream about it. Okay? I know what I'm talking about enough.
Mm-hmm. There's technical things and there's oh god, low spec. Okay, so back to the story. It Is it the right one or the left one? What are some of these limits? Here's an example used in the past in tabletop community. Romance. Mind control. Well, there goes the mind flares. Cultural issues. Yes, any snowflake topic. Harm to animals. The dire wolf is about to eat your balls. Well, not that you probably care. Natural disasters. Paralysis. Thirst. Claustrophobia. Here is a preview pic of part of the form. My God. My God. My God. The second tool that the DM guide wants you to use is an emergency snowflake break, where players can stop the entire game if they feel the slightest bit uncomfortable. To do this, the DM guide says you must make an X symbol with your arm. Once this woke bat signal is given, the entire game must stop and immediately address the concerns of this one piece of shit whiny ass bitch by skipping or altering the campaign on the fly. And no, that's exactly what it's written as on my page. I don't care what you have up there. That's how it was written on mine. So, campaign on the fly and force everyone else to go along with it. You would think Wokies would be happy with this, but they are angry. You see, Phobes of the Coast is accused of stealing these ideas from other tabletop creators. I know. You see, these tools have been around since the late 1990s. They have. And come from the world of BDSM sex. No, I'm not kidding. Look up Hard Limits, in fact. And see, in fact, Phobes of the Coast is accused of stealing the content from a TTRPG game title. Sex and Sorcery. Sex and Sorcery called these limits lines and veils, and is widely credited as the source of these types of consent forms in tabletop. Instead of welcoming these tools that promote their coddling and mental illness, Wokies are on the attack. They eat their own. And an article from Wargaming slams D&D for using these ideas without credit, and the author's picture is exactly what you would expect. The other prominent source of these types of consent forms is even worse. Monty Cook Games famously published the following consent form and was wildly mocked for it. Yeah. You can't have blood or bugs or rats. What? And what?
Indy's dad can't play.
Yeah. Monty Cook, you pusillanimous piece of shit. You should know better than that. But yeah, he got what he deserved. You get what you deserve. And what is this section on relationships even for? You can list your enthusiastic consent for explicit sex of genocide. Okay. It's just crazy. And to think, genocide? Are you going to snoo them all to death? Excuse me. I have a question here. How do you genocide with sex?
Well, I mean, with the DM and so on, like you're playing a D&D game and somebody's like, "Hey, I got an STD from this character," and you're just like, "What the hell?" And would that make you want to walk away from the table? Would that make you uncomfortable, Baron? I mean, it would be weird as hell, but it just.
How about this? This? Let's go in the flavor. I got an STD from a Mexican orc. Oh boy, right there. We just opened Pandora's box, didn't we?
Seriously, yeah.
I think it's just a way that people talk about their real life problems by not putting themselves in the character.
Well, the thing is,
They're like, wait, why do you talk about this in imaginary world? I don't want to know what you talk about in real life world.
About the same.
I mean, when somebody told me that months ago, and I was like, would that make me want to walk away from the game? I would just be like, what the hell, man? Like,
and
really?
What does that give you? Like -6 every few steps?
I don't know.
Like your Riz goes down?
Why would a DM allow that shit? It's just weird.
Yeah. I mean, like Street Rock Hazard, I tried that many, many times, and I gotten thrown out of many, many games for doing it. I was even on my knees and crying. It's like, no, in fetal position, going, my character, don't let him die.
If you roll an 8, you can talk some sense into the attacking spider.
Oh, all right.
Well, actually, that's getting closer to actually doing some real true role playing because part of it is that psychological. Can you talk your way out of a situation? But you know what that takes? Intelligence. Yeah. It takes being creative. But instead, we've gotten the MMO mentality of going out there and killing everything in front of you.
Yeah.
But putting an X.
I don't know, but just imagine being in a D&D thing and people's talking about the sex stuff or an STD. It'd be like, wow, so I guess we have degenerates playing this game. They'd probably be like, you need to leave. It's like, well, you're the ones who said it, not me. So I'd be happy to leave. See ya.
Oh, besides, you said you didn't want me anyways in your game.
Exactly.
And you know what? I don't want to be part of your game. You.
What do
That's
you guys?
the problem with a lot of these companies now. They're telling us they don't want us part of their fandoms. Fine, I'll go find a new fandom or create my own.
What is your guys' clan doing? Oh, we're searching for the ingredients for crack.
Oh my goodness.
Meth.
Sure. Yeah, the spider. I went into the cave and the spider gave me the formula for meth.
The spider was in a trench coat.
I rolled a 6.
Yeah, you take your you go down there with your hoopty cart there, get in front of the place going. When you come out, you find that it's on blocks, and so is the horse.
What's your clan doing? Oh, we're starting a crochet club.
Oh man!
I got my +2 needles or hooks.
It's our new charity, Bonnets for Barbarians.
But really,
notice they're pink and they look like.
If you're playing a game and somebody's like, "Yeah, this person got an STD," but after rolling this dice, and you're like, okay, so that means then I'm gonna get some meth. I'm gonna buy some meth from the spider over here. So I hope that's okay, DM. I mean, if you're allowing this, I hope this is fine. Just to mock these people.
He got STD. I'm gonna steal all his hoes.
Oh God! Let's find out what other delusions the Ifs and Phobes of the Coast has going on here. It's just crazy, and to think that the whole campaign has to cater to the lowest common denominator for phobias is ridiculous. Okay, I'm just going to say one thing. This is one of those games that helped in those issues. That's why you have these Camille games. That it's supposed to help build people up. So you get, you can go through. You have a phobia for, spiders. Well, boom, there it is, right? You don't have to hide them. So they literally talk about how you can have goldfish, but that describing goldfish goggly eyes or googly eyes might be triggering, and you should avoid it if your player lists a problem. In other words, that they have googly eyes from all the meth and crack that they're doing, and probably holding their breath trying to turn blue in a protest rally, and it caused their eyes to pop out. Goldfish, let that sink in. That's the example they ran with. And there you go. There's
goldfish are so underaccepted.
Yeah, they are. There we go. I don't want to fill out a form like that.
No, that's stupid. That's ridiculous, man. No. Imagine going in the DM saying, "Yeah, you have to fill out this form." It's like, fuck you.
You might as well fill out a job application or
serious,
right?
Fill out my taxes and fill that out.
Yeah.
I'm serious about this. If I was handed that going to a game, I'm invited, and they put down and say, "Hey, welcome. Here, fill this out, please." I look at that. I'd make sure I find my big marker and just go, "Fuck you." And while we're at it, "Fuck you, Mark Hamill. Just fuck you," and hand it back.
Yep. Yeah,
I would honestly. I'd do that. It's like, what? And start berating them. It's like, what?
It's like when you fill out a form for joining a guild, and they like start having some agenda crap in there. You're like, oh, fuck this! I'm not filling this shit out. Stupid.
I mean, a form like this is something for, okay, what are our goals? Here's the list. These are the goals that we're looking at for the game. They're goals.
To win.
Right? No one ever wins in Dungeons and Dragons.
Well, not really.
To stay alive.
Yeah. As I have a collection of characters inside a black dragon.
Yeah, it's like, oh, hey, I found the treasure. Oh, the dragon killed me.
Yep.
I rolled the wrong die.
I rolled a 1.
You slipped on a gold coin.
You slipped on a gold coin. You hit your head on the stone.
And all your armor falls off.
Whoops. That's brutal.
I know, it is brutal. I mean, Cash will be out there. He'll be playing hard. He finally gets in there. There is the Dragon's Horde, and...
It's not a liquid! It's a great many pieces of solid matter that form a hard floor-like surface!
That's what happened.
Oh, man.
Tabletop has long been infested by players who are oversensitive and who prefer weaving stories while avoiding combat. Look at the art in the new player's handbook, filled with baristas and baking bread and doing nothing.
Read a book.
Reading a book, wanking off. That might offend as such, I don't know, slaying dragons.
No.
Long-time RPG fans have fled the scene. They no longer play or have moved on to other games. They leave behind an audience that loves the popularity of TTRPG, made famous by shows like Stranger Things. Yeah, watch Stranger Things and them playing D&D. There is no freaking, oh my God, mine's so sensitive.
Can we not have monsters in our game since we're dealing with it in real life?
Wasn't there one episode or a few episodes in Stranger Things, I guess, that they did actually play D&D? I know.
Yeah.
Okay.
He had his dungeon master like shield up and everything. He's telling all the stuff. Yeah. I caught a couple of those. See, that would be the exact case. Like, they deal with real monsters in real life. So, like, can we not have them in our game? Can we just have nice people?
And the rise of the coolness of geek cred. Well, yeah, I mean, that's just it. I mean, you can understand right there because, we got Demigorgon and all the other ones were fighting. Come on. That's part of the humor on that one. But no,
oh, man,
I
sorry.
mean, there's nothing wrong with having a few pictures of, a barista, or whatever. Yeah, get them the fuck out of there. Just get them out of there. There's no such thing as Starbucks in D&D, okay? Get them the frig out of there. But the big spread is, I can see like a panel or two where you have something like that, especially when you're talking about, when you're between gamings, what do? You have, there's a whole section about making having a business or whatever to make more gold. So, but no to Starbucks in D&D. None.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
I don't even let people sit at my table with Starbucks.
That doesn't. Oh, okay. Well,
this is funny. If I would have brought credentials or, I guess, limitation boundaries like this to my friend who would have been considered a nerd in elementary school in the 80s, he'd have been like, "Oh, you can't play then. Because I'm not doing that. And this was a boy from a Mormon family, and he loved Dungeons and Dragons. He loved the creatures and all the stuff that you could come up with. He would not have done this.
No, exactly. Again, there's one person that dictates what the story is gonna, how the story is gonna be, and that's the DM. Whether it's a module, a story that they made up, or using a module, right? Mm-hmm. And then obviously you talk it over with your players, and a player can suggest things, which is again going into the house rules area.
Can I just run away?
Yeah. Oh yeah, you can run away, but you get my owl bear. In fact, most of the people following D&D by watching shows like Critical Role don't actually play and outnumber the actual players. I don't watch it. Just like the amount of Overwatch fans that are fans of the characters, and see Rule 34, but don't actually play themselves. They invade our hobbies, they took them over, and now this is the end result. D&D has fallen. From what's described, the new DM guide sounds horrific and something that any real gamer who is interested in rolling dice to slay monsters would never want to play. This new, quote-unquote, game seems more like a setting by which to foster degeneracy for fetish communities rather than doing honor to the old Gygax fantasy game. What do you think of the new D&D DM manual, according to Grummies? Leave a comment and let us know. Please consider becoming a patron.
Well, let's just say Slay has taken on a new definition here, too.
Yeah. But
it's absolutely ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, you know, like the one person started, I hate to say this, man, this is old news and long expected. And that's just it. We saw it coming. This is old news. This is nothing new. That's why games like Pathfinder are getting more people. Because that's the one that has that Gygax feel to it.
Right.
If Gygax was alive, and by the way, he was a Jehovah's Witness. If Gygax was alive today, he'd be going out there and kicking ass, taking names, using his Vorpal sword of weenie slaying. So, I mean, I don't. I have not heard much from Luke Gygax or Ernie Gygax. I mean, they got to be saying something about this. I would love to hear what they have to say. No, are they going to defend their father's legacy, or are they going to go with the degeneracy? Well, they seem to be really interested in keeping their father's legacy alive. No ifs, ands, or buts. But tell us that you don't want to sell any games by, selling games. Honestly, there's no way in hell I'd go and pick this up.
No, it's stupid.
Besides the fact that they told me they want me to F off. I have no problems with the third-party stuff that might be for this.
If you're going to send anybody a form, you should send people a form or a piece of paper where you're going to have your stats and so on, not this bullshit.
Yeah. Well, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to show.
Gonna send folks a form. You should have a form where they're asked, "What can we improve? What have you liked about the game that you want to see something added to it?"
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm curious. Right. Do we know anybody that, because of what's going on in D&D, might stack all their books up and light them on fire?
No.
I don't think no, dude. I don't. People can always still play the old stuff. It doesn't matter.
I'm not as stupid as Phil. No, why would I get rid of the good stuff, man? I got my first editions.
There's no reason. Yeah, there's no reason to burn that. It's just like the old.
Yeah, no reason to burn it.
No reason to burn the D&D old stuff. No reason to burn old Wizards of the Coast, Magic. No.
No
yeah, I
reason
mean,
to
third
burn
edition,
Boba Fett.
3.5 edition, even the
know.
early I got the fifth edition when they first came out, because that's what we're going to play. And it wasn't that bad at that time. You know, it was starting to. But no, I would never burn any of my game books. If I'm very happy with all the game books I have, and would never do that. But
that's
crazy. Because I avoid books like this.
Right. Yes.
Why? Ask why?
It's just more pandering. It's more, this is the way things are, whatever nonsense. So.
We are the weakest link.
Yeah, well, that's just it. This stuff was never part of D&D. Never.
No, it wasn't.
That's
Nothing.
true.
It's exactly what Trey said. Sign this piece of paper saying that you will limit your imagination for this fictional game that you're about to play. Exactly.
Right. I mean, this is supposed to go out there. Yeah. It was supposed to stretch your imagination. You know, the imagination wizards. You know, everything about it was imagination. But no.
Yeah, it's all imagination. And if they wanted to add relationships and other things, oh, this woman tricked you, or you thought you were in a relationship and then something happened, it would be interesting. But the fact that people will be like, oh, well, I got an STD because I rolled this. Like, really? Like, what the hell?
And this will translate into little Susie in 3rd grade wants nothing more than to be a world-renowned entomologist. But she can't. Because Bobby doesn't like bugs. So the class doesn't get
Bobby,
bugs.
No bugs, because Bobby did. It's always that Bobby. No, it's really they want to take people's imagination away. That's why it's like, let's spoon feed people. But this is literally the foundation of fucking of the fucking fantasy game. Like, it's just. It's just so stupid that they want to change these things. This is not for the better.
It's so stupid that they want to take away imagination.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. That's because they don't have any.
They don't want to find imagination. They want to just be like, this is the way things are. It's like a punishment. They turn D&D into a punishment. It's stupid.
How dare they make us think less?
Yeah. They make you think less. It's a punishment. It's stupid.
They want you to think less. That's the thing.
And that's the problem with pickleball.
Fucking pickleball. That's a poor version of tennis, but that's a whole other story. Yeah.
And a lazy version of ping pong.
That's fair.
I mean, you almost gotta put a disclaimer in front of it to let people know that. Many Wizards of the Coast game designers had severe damages to their penises because they kept on slamming inside the book that they're doing.
Derogatory free zone. STDs accepted.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, this is ridiculous, and it's D&D was one of those things that helped got people into fantasy in fiction.
Like, of course.
It obviously was. People who might not have been or whatever and pressured into it. It's like, this is great, man. But now, what do we have? We have these people going out there, like I said earlier. I mean, they're the ones that are being the biggest racists. Let's make Mexican orcs. My God. God, how offensive is that?
Next, we're going to have games where they have no consequences.
Yeah.
Well, they already do. They already do with this. If you do your questionnaire outright, there won't be any consequences.
Stupid.
There'll be sunshine, lollipops, and unicorns.
Mulligans and D&D.
That's what they want. They wanted to make it the perfect ideal fantasy world for them, where there's no violence, where anything that was ever created in the history of D&D or any fantasy board game is changed to meet the current narrative.
They don't want things where an orc's going to say, all right, or a goblin or an imp or something like, if you do this, I'm going to cast a spell on you. If you roll this and so on. They don't want that stuff. They like Mike just said.
They want it where everybody lives happily ever after.
That's right.
If you want a board game like that, create a board game like that.
It's called Chutes and Ladders.
Yeah.
Choose Your Own Adventure needs to make a comeback. If you want to change the narrative, just skip ahead and go, I don't like that part of the story. Why always die in 10 pages?
Well, yeah, they don't want creativity because they lack creativity. So they can't even make things creative.
No, yeah, because their narcissism won't allow them to be more creative when they should be.
And I tell you what, they are all nice and peaceful and want to have a nice, peaceful game and no violence. And wait until the one guy shows up with a red hat, and then watch it all of a sudden become violent. And inside the game, the biggest PvP you got going on because every one of them is trying to take out your character.
Oh yeah, they would. I agree with that, definitely. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, where PvP has always been, unless agreed to with terms, frowned against.
They taking out your character? Like, where they going? Is it a nice place? They gonna have drinks?
Yeah, sure.
D&D, where orcs and dungeon masters live together, go to the beach and get a suntan together.
Your orky tusks are so beautiful.
Well, yeah, I mean, I just couldn't imagine being with some of these, we'll call them more modern audience fans or whatever, or just more modern fans, where they're just like, where they want all this sex stuff and all this weird stuff, and you're just like, what the fuck is this? Yeah.
Yes, your orky tusks.
And then they give you a form that you need to sign, and you're like, the fuck with this shit? I'm out.
Yeah, well,
you people are idiots.
What I'd sign on there, not what. Your orky tusks look so divine in the moonlight. Sing me a song, your people. Hey, Mike, Mexican Iron Man, come on. We need you on here to discuss this bullshit. Hey, if my blood pressure goes up, your blood pressure can join me too. Okay?
Are you an orc? Is your skin dry and flaky? We'll use our new orc moisturizing cream. Woo-hoo. It'll be smooth as butter within a few days.
Oh my!
Everyone will be jealous, even the elves.
Yeah. Made with the creamy goodness of several ists and folds of the coast.
The bridge crossers bones. Oh no, that's trolls. Wait, that's a different product line.
Yeah, that's the McCrackens out there. Well, I guess we got another story. I guess I'm going to have to hunt it down.
I got it for you, man. I got it for you.
He has it for you.
Finally? Okay.
If
shush.
I have to say, if we, on our first generation of gaming, whined and complained that the games were too hard, or I don't like the way they make me die, and our parents would have thrown our Ataris out the window.
I don't want to be. Something did complain about how hard the games were. You know what we had to do? Deal with it and try to beat it.
Okay, that's why all those and I kind of agree with the idea of pixels. Like up to a point, they were old arcade games, and then they had to modernize them, and they're not the same games anymore.
Nope.
You should playing Pac-Man. You should not be able to pass through a ghost occasionally.
I mean, why do you think I'm so stubborn when it comes to playing a game? It's because I grew up in a generation where they didn't have easy mode at first.
You don't quit. You break your controller, you buy another one.
You're a masochist without a safe word. That's why.
Ha ha ha! Hardy har har.
Oh,
he's trying to do the X and it's not working. What?
I still say games cheat. The game cheats.
Oh yeah,
I would say that. I would say that when I first started playing the game cheated.
They cheat. It cheats.
They're smarter than you can imagine. They really are. And what's even worse is when you have DM smiling at you after you say you're going to do something.
I want to see these old school arcade high score type games come back and just see an anxiety breakdown on television. Just passing out at the cabinets.
I can't do it.
I can't do it. Hey, Patty, I want you to do something. You can. I want you to do something, Patty.
What's that?
I want you to go on YouTube sometime and look up Starcade. Like arcade, but it starts with a star.
Mm-hmm.
And I want you to look it up, and I think they have every episode except for one that's lost on
all of that old show.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
it used to be on
Starcade.
TBS.
Yeah, I remember there was something like that, and I remember they even had like that when they made the movie with Fred Savage in it. Wasn't there something like that on like real TV, like a real championships or something that they were holding?
I think, yeah, they had championships, yeah. I don't think it was Starcade, though.
No, but I'm just saying, like any of the
Arcade
old stuff.
You could almost say was an inspiration for the movie The Wizard, especially near the end of The Wizard when, you know, they're at that competition and they're playing Super Mario Brothers 3, and for a lot of us, that was our first look at Super Mario Brothers 3 because of the movie.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to say that was near, like, premiere type stuff because a lot of people hadn't seen that game yet. I do remember that.
And Starcade was the same thing. They would show games that were going to get released. So even the kids didn't really play it until they got in the set. I mean, they played a little bit before the show to get the bearings, but yeah, it's like you never saw these games unless, of course, you saw the magazines that were doing the promotion or whatever, but this was your first chance to really see them in action.
I mean, how many out there can remember picking up either Electronic Gaming Monthly or even Game Pro, where they would give a preview of the game, and in the magazine, it would tell you how far the game was to completion, and if there was a release date scheduled, it would have that release date in there, but if they weren't sure when the game was actually going to release, depending on its development process, it would have it to be announced.
Those were some of the first magazine subscriptions I ever got. Like Game Informer and Game Pro, like what exactly? EGM? Yeah, dude, EGM was such a good magazine.
Nintendo Power, I mean, I had a subscription to that at one point.
And EGM, that was the one, wasn't it? It was super thick and super large. Like it was way bigger than a normal one.
It was.
That's what she said.
She likes the Power Glove.
Hey, that Power Glove.
So bad.
It helps you go through time.
Did you guys see I forget what it was actually called, but there was a movie about being in the 80s with being kids with the video games, and they had one of the kids on the block would like invite people in to play games, and then he would just play the games the whole time by himself, and he got the Power Glove, and they're like, and we all realized that the Power Glove sucked.
I remember
so
that.
Funny, so funny.
Yeah.
And then this kid who had all this clout all of a sudden doesn't have it anymore, and then a girl beats him at some game.
Well, I can remember a friend of mine when I still lived in California. He had the Power Glove, and that was actually the first time I was able to land the plane on the aircraft carrier in Top Gun with the Power Glove.
That's so funny. I just saw Batcave do that a few weeks ago. Yeah, he had a bear of a time. Probably like his 7th or 8th try, and then he finally gets it. I remember that exact like feeling. You're like, oh, I didn't do it again. Wait, what's happening? Oh my god, I did
it! you're looking at the prompts. It's telling you speed up, slow down,
up, down, left,
right, up, down.
And then it doesn't ever tell you you're doing it right. It just cuts screen and you're like, oh, I died again. And you don't die.
And what was funny, the first time I did it on controller, my dad was watching me, and my dad had been trying to do it for a while.
That's so funny.
And I actually landed it for the first time with my controller, and he looked at me like, show me how to do
it. That's funny, because that would have been a game that, like, adult men would have been like, oh, what's going on here? I think that would have got the dads into the games a lot too, especially for that generation. Some of them, like my father, if he was alive when I was playing video games, he was a fighter pilot mechanic, so he'd have been like, let me check this stuff out. I think it would have been fun.
I mean, even when you have to refuel in level 2, you still have to use that same technique. You got to speed up, slow down, move up, move down, left, right.
Then the plane just flies away.
Basically, you have to get the hose right into X marks the spot, and once you get it there, it would refuel. Sometimes what I would do is I would speed up, and then I would get it to where the nose of the jet was right underneath the hose, and then I would slow down to where, as I'm drifting back.
Do it backwards. Do it a completely a way you can never do it in real life.
Yeah, exactly. But in the game, you could.
And sadly enough, those fighter pilots probably could thread that needle way better than we can. Yeah, and they're flying through the air like 1,000 miles an hour. Oh man, come on! Where's the actual physics on that one, Nintendo?
Nintendo. Oh no, sorry, wrong game.
Wait, was Top Gun Nintendo? No, it was Konami.
Yeah, no. When I said
it was on the NES, but it was
on the Nintendo.
No, when I was thinking Konami. No, but it was like, instead of Sega, it was Nintendo. Never mind.
Now, since we're on this real quick, hopefully this doesn't last too long, but I've been looking for a good arcade compilation set. Is there anything new? Because I had Namco Coliseum back in the day, but I haven't really looked into if there's anything worth getting these days.
I really haven't looked to see if there's any classics compilation coming out from any game company. The last one I knew of that came out was the Atari 50th anniversary compilation that they released, but any other compilations as far as different arcade games, I haven't seen any. Yes, there is, the Sonic collection that has Sonic 1, Sonic CD, Sonic 2, and Sonic 3, and a few other Sonic games, but as far as strictly arcade, I haven't seen any.
God, who's Konami now? I'd love a Konami library.
Konami will come out with a game every once in a great while.
Oh, so they are still kind of their own company?
They're still making games, but not as frequently as they used to.
Like what happened with Atari. They were doing good, and then I think the last game I remember Atari making was like a ATV game early in 360. It was like one of the first games, a quad runner, like X Games type game.
Konami is involved in remakes mostly. If there's other stuff, it'll just be the developers. But Konami themselves,
I think Konami themselves work primarily on gambling machines now.
They were the Plinko machine shit. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, that makes sense. That realistically makes sense.
But even though it was developed by Way Forward and published by Konami, the Contra Operation Galuga, I find that to be a fun game.
Oh, there are so many.
I just wish, when you tried to play with a friend on Steam, that actually worked 100% of the time.
Yeah.
But we do have this other article, and it's from comicbook.com. So, Baron, if you'd like to go ahead and read it.
Is my turn now? Okay, cool.
It's your turn on stream to read the articles.
Well, you guys are having this conversation. I didn't want to interrupt. So, okay. So, we have comic book here. This is Byline by Nicole Drum. Hi, how are you? Sebastian Stan, and this was dated on the 24th of this month. Sebastian Stan nearly played Captain Kirk and did a William Shatner photo shoot. The Marvel star really wanted to play Captain Kirk. Sebastian Stan may be a household name in no small part due to his role as Bucky Barnes in Captain America, the Winter Soldier, but he almost was connected to a very different captain, Captain James Tiberius Kirk. During a recent appearance on Happy, Sad, Confused, that's me right now, all three at the same time, the Marvel star revealed that was very close to playing.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but this is the second article where they need the editor to look at it and say, you need to say that he was very close.
Yeah, exactly. The editor or make sure the AI is staying on. I thank you, Mike. I was wondering if I was going through a small stroke there. Very close to play in the iconic Star Trek role, and even did a William Shatner photo shoot to help his case by proving how much he looked like the character. The role ultimately went to Chris Pine. Now, who does he look like? Mark Hamill or William Shatner? Make up your mind. There were a couple of things I didn't get that I really desperately wanted, Stan said. But Captain Kirk for Jar Jar Adams, that was one.
Abrams.
He's doing that on purpose, I think.
That was. I don't know. What did I say?
Adams.
Jar Jar Abrams.
Oh, Adams. Oh, Jar Jar Abrams. Sorry. Because I'm happy, confused, all that. So, that was one of the first I got very close to. He got very close to Jar Jar Abrams. I remember I was really, really close. And I remember I had a screen test with Abrams at Paramount. How many times can you say Abrams? And my manager had me do a separate photo shoot where I would try and replicate all these William Shatner pictures just to send to him. See how much I looked like him. But I didn't get it. He didn't get it. Stan also revealed that he screen tested for the role of Hal Jordan in 2011's Green Lantern and said, boy, did I dodge a fucking bullet. Though upon seeing who else was there testing for the role, included Ryan Reynolds, who ultimately landed it, Stan said he knew it wouldn't be one he'd book. Stan didn't have to wait long to land the role that would make him a household name, even though Ryan Reynolds has far more credits as superheroes than him. However, he was cast as Bucky Barnes in 2011's Captain America: The First Avenger, and has played Bucky Barnes, Winter Soldier, across numerous Marvel Cinematic Universe films and projects since, including Captain America: The Winter Soldier, Captain America: Civil War, The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and Captain America. Excuse me, I have to go to the bathroom. And will reprise the role again for Thunderbolts, which is set to open in theaters on May 2nd. It may or may not 2nd, 2025. Thunderbolts. I thought it was going to be Thunderbirds. He was going to be acting like a puppet. Sebastian.
Wait, are most actors puppets already?
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
Even though Stan is coming back to Marvel for Thunderballs, it sounds like he's not entirely opposed to going up for a DC role again in the future. He knows which villain he'd like to take on. Earlier this month, Stan said he's always had a soft spot for riddle me this. I don't know if Batman Batman's for me, but never say never. No, that was a James Bond film. Stan said, I don't know. There's so many characters. I told you, I always had a soft spot for the Riddler, but that one's been done. Yeah, you'll be Poison Ivy. That's what
I'm curious about this real quick, because you all like Batman, and you'll accept some things, but not others. The way Riddler is as a villain, would you ever like, what if they did cast Riddler with a more athletic man and kept the cerebral with him, but would it be too much if he ever had a decent fist fight with Batman?
He did in the 66 series.
Well, I mean, you know, all I say is back then choreography wasn't what it is 10 years after that. You know, just having.
But he was still landing punches and bops and pows.
And
I mean, the screen told you that.
And I guess that would be the question: is that an acceptable thing for Riddler? Because he's kind of more of a non-combatant character. But is that something we could accept easily enough? You know, like, oh, well, you kind of got to defend yourself. You can't run away all the time. He's going to get you.
Well, as long as they don't overdo it and turn him into that type of villain.
He's not Bane. Yeah. Keep him that way. Like, him being so smart. Maybe he's really good at, like, you know, Batman tries to throw a punch and he just slips it. You know? He's like, you'll never touch me, Batman. I'm too smart for you.
Right. You're telegraphing.
Yeah, to Batman. That'd be awesome.
That would be actually humor. That would be appropriate for a Batman.
Oh my God, that would be so funny. You're telegraphing Batman. Now you're gonna grab your batarang.
You know, why aren't we writing this stuff?
So predictable, Batman.
Aren't we doing the work of writing this? All four of us in a room and a few others. And
that would be good.
No, planning.
See,
and
things can be changed and still be acceptable. I guess that's what you can change it within reason without changing the character. You can add to it without making it their whole thing.
Well, remember, he's got that staff of his with the question mark.
That's true. That's true.
I mean, that's what you have to rely on. And, you know, it would be a different form of fighting, in my opinion. It's not that full-fledged, but, you know, it's something where, you know, I can see him with that, you know, being able to use someone's, you know, strength against them type of stuff. A defensive form.
Or even doing... Like, what was it? The Wonder Woman joke with Batman? Like, Riddler just ends up in Batman's cave. He's like, I put $5.7 billion in defensive mechanisms. How'd you get in? Oh, man. Sorry to interrupt. I was curious.
We'll forgive you.
You can talk about Thunderballs again.
Thunderballs? Yep. Wow. I noticed that Cash and... Well, you took over the show, man. It's Padawanabe's popped off.
They got a break. They got a break.
Yeah, the whole show they got a break. Cash has probably gone off and gotten himself that kale-wrapped teriyaki tofu with bean bread.
I'm still here.
I'm here. Excuse me, Baron. Nice try, you bastard.
Well, the idea of Stan playing Captain Kirk and being part of the Star Trek franchise makes for an interesting idea. And we definitely love to see what the reality... Okay, and we definitely love to see what the reality where that vision of the franchise exists looks like.
Wow. Okay. I don't care if it's comicbook.com, Bounty in the Comics, Fandom Pulse, wherever we're reading these articles from. Proofread.
Yeah.
And yes, I was going to criticize myself when I post something in a chat or post something on X where I haven't gone back and proofread what I wrote. And it's like, crap.
It's always good to get someone else to do it, too. I mean, that's the big thing. If you got someone that can do that.
AI might be able to help these people.
Oh, they're using AI if you read some of these articles sometimes.
Yeah, that's why I tried to read that verbatim, making sure, okay, I'm not having another stroke doing this, right? Okay. It's hard to imagine anyone else as Bucky Barnes. It's a character that he's made his own over the years, and it's one that fans are eager to see again when Thunderballs arrive. What?
eager.
I don't know. I don't know what the.
I haven't even seen the trailer for it, so
I saw
both
it.
of them are eager. Both of the fans are eager.
The trailer was boring. Put me to sleep.
What you mean, Kamala Harris and Tim Walz were sitting there going, "Yeah, we can't wait. We can't wait for this."
I'm jealous. Cash can fall asleep in 1 minute. Oh man.
Well, I just
the
trailer.
We know when the moment he hits that keyboard.
Never. Yeah, sure.
Oh, come on.
He's so full of shit. But anyways, no, Thunderbolts. When you watch the trailer, you're like, "Am I supposed to care about this?" That's really what it comes down to.
Yes, you're supposed to care. That's why they made a trailer.
What's the star after Thunderbolts?
You're supposed to care till they tell you don't.
I don't believe you, Pat. I want to be.
Roughly 4 years after we last saw him in The Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Falcon and the Woke Soldier? Yeah, it was a great show.
My balls are freezing. And it isn't just fans who have missed Stan in the MCU. Huh? What? Wouldn't it be...
And it isn't just fans who haven't...
Yeah.
See, reading articles like this is why I know some people are probably thinking, can Pacific read? Yes, I can read, but when you get an article like this, your brain's telling you the right way to say it. But
well, that sentence works if you read the next sentence. By itself, it's horrible.
Well, that's why this is my punishment. Stan himself said he was.
It did say, and it isn't just the fans who have missed Stan in the MCU.
But then it said the next sentence is Stan himself. That's why they said it that way. I agree with you, though. It's bad grammar.
But that's how it should be written. And it isn't just fans.
Oh, they're insinuating Stan missed being in there. Okay, well, you know what? That's horribly written.
That's exactly. I agree. I'm
sitting back going, well, if people other than the fans, who's not a fan that'd be excited to see him come back? They'd be sitting back going, Stan who? Stan Lee? Is he back? Stan himself said he was glad to be back at work on Thunderballs when filming resumed earlier this year. I'm excited. I'm going back basically in a month or so. I missed it. It's a great cast, Stan said at the time. The batting average is so high that it's difficult to always land everything right away.
Not if you're Freddie Freeman.
What's a good batting average?
The 10th on Friday in Game 1 of the World Series, he saw that pitch come down the middle and bang.
And what's a really good batting average? Still less than 500, right? So I mean, no one's gonna bat.
Nowadays, you're lucky if you see players hitting above 300.
I just think it's
With
funny
the way
they bring batting
players swing and
average.
miss and everything.
It's like the best batters only hit 1 out of 3. Don't compare yourself with a batting average.
So, where was I on this one? That the it's always been a great experience. With this one in particular, I think there's a lot of good things.
But no great things.
No. And we didn't see anything about greatness. Thunderballs with a star is set to open in theaters on May 2nd, 2025.
In a world where nobody cares. Thunderbolts.
In a world where Sebastian Stan could have played Captain James Tiberius Kirk. He's excited about the next Marvel Studios film that may or may not flop.
In a world,
the former.
In a world where Sebastian Stan wants to tell you about his useless politics. Oh yeah.
You know, Mike, I really have to
Do better,
say this.
Sebastian.
I have to have a little heart to heart here with you on the show. But this article offered nothing. It offered not a thing. This article was bullshit.
Yeah, it is.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, guess what, Barrett? We are going to read bullshit articles so we can tell people that they're bullshit articles.
Okay, that article actually could have been that headline and a comment under the photo.
Yeah, if you don't want to break it down,
it could have been like 2 or 3 sentences.
It was Captain Obvious. It's like he's going to be in Thunderbolts, and you know he's been in this. Okay, great.
Hey guys, did you know that Sebastian Stan's going to be in Thunderbolts?
Oh my gosh.
That news is already out, man. Where have you been?
Yes, sir.
And your friend goes, "Yeah, I watched a video on that."
Well, Nicole, the byline, Nicole, is even misleading. It's like, oh, he did a Photoshop shop with Shatner. It's almost like it's implying that he and Shatner, did a photo thing together, so he could use that as proof. See, look at me and Bill.
And I have to say, if Sebastian Stan doesn't shave completely clean in those pictures of Kirk, then no, you're not even going to get it at all.
Mm-hmm. And it's good to see you, Ron, who says, reading.
Yeah.
WTF. I come here so I don't have to read this crap. No, we just make Bear do it.
That's right.
Yeah.
And like the sands in the hourglass, Baron reads another article.
Really, okay, it's like, yeah, well, he was going to do this, and then he was going to play this, and then he didn't play this, and it's like, okay, well.
Thank you for giving us a list of your failures.
Yes, sir.
That's what's crazy.
I tried out
I didn't get
role, and I didn't get
Hal Jordan in Green Lantern. I didn't get Captain Kirk.
No.
Okay, well, guess what?
All right, well, then.
Like in baseball, you're gonna strike out. You're not always gonna get a hit.
Comic book was excited. Oh, he could play the Riddler. Oh, he could do this. He could do that. It's like, okay.
I know why this article came out. Because Sebastian Stan didn't get on a talk show, and the host asked him, so what were some of the roles like you tried out for and you just didn't get? Like, what was so close? What could we have had? So they had to write an article about it because there was no talk show.
And then you want to know something, Padawannabe? There probably wasn't really much to that interview, so they had to stretch it out as much as they could.
Yeah.
Like this article.
They act like.
Really,
they keep talking about how excited fans are. Have you guys been hearing about how excited people are about Thunderbolts?
No.
Or
even the last Marvel Studios film people were excited for was Deadpool and Wolverine.
That's right.
And I consider that more of a Fox film than anything else.
But it saved the DCEU.
I've learned with
I got that
early
Disney Marvel.
There you go.
Disney Marvel.
MCU. MCDU.
MCFU.
MCFU.
Oh, man.
It's like I was going to play William Shatner, and then it didn't happen, but it might have happened. And then I might have played Hal Jordan in the 2011 movie.
Yeah, we never used to hear people talk about all their failures. I mean, we kind of do now because we have podcasts that are mental health, and that's that place for that. But actors and actors never went out of their way to be like, well, all these jobs I didn't get.
I mean, sometimes they would talk about jobs, but it would be more interesting.
Mm-hmm.
This is just like, hey, I didn't get this. I wanted to get this. I'm hoping to play the Riddler. I wouldn't be against playing Batman.
This is like one of the majority interviews. Go ahead.
The majority of the time, you're wrong, as Baron, Cash, and I have been saying as we've been reading the articles, is they're going to AI now with articles.
Yep. Yeah, we know, man.
And, I'm going to let everybody know. Sometimes I select these articles because I can already tell they're going to be articles we're going to mock and laugh at.
Yep.
Isn't that nice of him? But no, what's going on right now in the Marvel offices is, we got this really great idea. Now that it looks like Orange Man might be back, all our superheroes are going to be wearing those pink hats. They're going to have them all knitted up and put on there, and they'll be going out there for social justice, wearing the pink meow meow hats. But I think we should take a little bit of a serious turn here. Look at this. I'm like Mike here. Take a little bit more of a serious tone because this lady has contributed to many fans. Talking about real fans, talking about fandom itself, talking about a great IP at one time.
And you know how nowadays they like to say, you know, we've never had a woman in a prominent role in television as far as executive producer or creator. Well, guess what? Jerry Taylor, executive producer on The Next Generation.
And she never would have got this chance if it wasn't for
she was the co-creator of Star Trek Voyager. So
yep, exactly. And this comes from TrekMovie.com. Is of course datelined today, and of course I did see it this morning, and I knew I didn't have to say anything because I knew Mike would be all over it. No byline. The editors of Trek Movies did this one. So, Star Trek Voyager co-creator Jerry Taylor has passed away. There's this picture of her back in the day. And
God, what she's seen in her lifetime, those years, 38 to just even 38 to 98 alone.
Yep.
I would. We have it easy, kids. We have it easy.
Yeah, we do. Jerry Taylor, known to Trek fans for her work on Star Trek, The Next Generation, and Star Trek Voyager, has passed away. The Emmy-nominated writer and producer was 86 years old. Emmy-nominated, people. So, yeah, I mean, she probably should have gotten an Emmy.
It's just an honor to be nominated.
Yeah, it's just an honor to be nominated. But, you know, we know where the talent is. We know where the talent is. Jerry Ryan began her time with the Star Trek franchise in the 4th season of Star Trek The Next Generation, becoming the showrunner in the final
you said
season.
Jerry Ryan? Okay, I don't know if
sorry.
Jerry Taylor.
Jerry Taylor. I'm sorry. That's my fault. Well, when you talk about the one so much, now you got this one. Stroke, people, stroke.
He's become
a
Borg on the
showrunner.
brain.
Yeah. Borg. But in the final season, which garnered her an Emmy nomination for Outstanding Drama Series. She co-created Star Trek Voyager with Rick Berman and Michael Piller, and stayed with the series as executive producer and showrunner until retiring and handing over the reins to Brandon Braga after the 4th season.
Brandon Braga.
Okay. I always said Braga for some reason. Braga.
All right.
It was Braga who first shared the news of Jerry's passing, or Taylor's passing, on Instagram, praising her writing and describing her as a cherished mentor, crediting his career to her intricate guidance. And of course, you can see there's the tweet right there. Taylor is likely most associated for her work on Voyager, including writing credits for 14 episodes, starting with the series premiere, Caretaker, which I have to sit back and say, I do believe was one of the best pilot movies they did. I will have to sit back. As much as I didn't like the show as much, I thought that was a very good pilot movie. Developing the character of, she did it. You know, what do you expect? Developing the character of Captain Catherine Janeway as particularly important to Taylor. And his post today, Brandon Braga. Thank you. Braga. Noted, her memory will live on in many ways, but perhaps most of all in the character of Captain Janeway. Speaking at STLV in 2021,
Las Vegas.
Taylor talked about how she put a lot of herself into the character. I always thought of Janeway as just me. I wrote her. I can't say that I wrote her as me, but as I would like to be. I felt full of her. Now, see, people, especially people that go out there and do your freaking fan fiction crap and your insertion crap, listen to what she's saying here. This is important. This is why she was masterful at her job. I'll start again. Because she's giving lessons from beyond the grave now. I always thought of Janeway as just me. I wrote her. I can't say that I wrote her as me, but as I would like to be. I felt full of her. And I think she is full of me, although in many ways far more skilled and able than I am. But it was my fantasy that Janeway was me, and I tried to approach it like that. Flaws. We all have flaws. I could name my own. I don't know that I could name Janeway's.
That last part is very critical.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why I say it's very critical is because you see a lot of characters in movies and shows today, and they don't have any flaws.
Mm-hmm.
But here she is saying that she wrote Janeway, and even Janeway had flaws. We saw them.
Mm-hmm. Right.
She wasn't afraid to write them.
And she wasn't writing Janeway as an insertion of her.
Right.
But an insertion of what you'd like to see. That is how you do it. Roddenberry did an insertion of himself with Wesley Crusher, which is why that character failed. She was doing a what I would like. How would I like to improve myself? How I'd like to be better than I feel I am right now. And that's Janeway. And that's how we make heroes. We're not the heroes. She's idolizing Janeway, wishing she could be like Janeway, but she's not. And that's the important thing. Taylor even gave Janeway the same city of her own birth, Bloomington, Indiana, which now has a statue to the fictional captain. And I don't think that's anything new for her. You write about the areas you know about. Janeway actress Kate Mulgrew offered her remembrance of Jerry Taylor. Jerry Taylor was responsible in large part for changing my life. She was elegant, erudite, and fiercely opinionated. She wanted Catherine Janeway to be a significant part of her legacy, and I think there is no doubt that in that endeavor she succeeded. Again, that's an important note. You want to make this character as great as possible. You're creating a character that you want people to admire, not a shadow of you. Taylor's career before Trek began in the late 70s, including becoming a staff writer and producer on the drama Quincy M.E. in 1980, where she met her second husband, David Mossinger. She worked
Mossinger.
as a writer and producer on several other popular series during the 80s, including Magnum P.I., In the Heat of the Night, and Jake and the Fat Man in 1989. Her first credit as co-executive producer. She started. Now that's kind of funny because JMS worked on Jake and the Fat Man, and she was co-executive producer on that show.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. She started her time with TNG as a supervising producer in season 4, with writing credits on several episodes in her first season, including sole credit on the critically acclaimed episode Drumhead. See where we're going here, folks? Taylor also penned...
Drumhead's a great episode of TNG too. If you haven't seen it, I recommend you watch it.
Mm-hmm. So, Taylor also penned 3 Star Trek novels, including the Voyager novel Mosaic and Pathways, seen by many fans as semi-canon due to her being the author. Jerry had 3 children, including Voyager's Vorik, actor Alexander Enberg, with her first husband, sportcaster Dick Enberg. Okay, interesting. Jerry Taylor, I did it right this time, thank goodness, was interviewed for upcoming Voyager documentary Into the Journey, and she can be seen talking about developing the character of Janeway in the following clip, which sadly we won't hit.
You know what? I'm going to go ahead and play it. I'll just pause it.
Okay. That's your show. You do it. Are you gonna do it now, or try to finish this? Oh, you're gonna do it now.
Gonna go ahead and do it now. It's not that long of a clip.
When we created the character of Janeway, we knew we were taking a risk. Would the fans sit still for a female captain? It had never happened. Yeah. Would they accept that? Would they insist that a captain had to be male?
I don't want to underestimate the value of having a female captain in 1995 who commanded a starship. Star Trek has always prided itself.
Go ahead, Baron.
Well, I'm going to sit back and say they shouldn't have been worried.
No, I mean, you've already had a couple of female captains before that. Rachel Garrett in yesterday's Enterprise. And let's not forget Geordi's mom in Star Trek IV, The Voyage Home.
Yeah. And, she played Captain twice in Next Generation. And, but, of course, different characters.
And that was still before Voyager.
And we also had, in the conspiracy, the youngest captain ever, who was a black woman.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm being years ahead.
Yeah, so we just came off. We just had a show going when they started off where you had a black commander of a station.
Yeah,
we accepted it. This is Star Trek
because we didn't make a big deal out of it back then.
No, I mean, there was some things said, but it wasn't expressly dwelled upon.
Isn't that the concept of Star Trek? Isn't that what Star Trek is about?
They brought in 4 or 5 different actresses to do screen tests, and we literally did screen tests. We did this one particular scene over and over with different actresses. I was in the scene that the test scene that they were shooting, and they simply weren't that happy with who they brought in. They were thinking twice about having a female captain.
The cast.
No, they weren't thinking twice about having a female captain. They were thinking twice about the choice that they made for Captain Janeway.
I would have loved to have seen Jamie Summers play the part like was thought of.
Casting office was right behind my window, and they had Native Americans of both genders going back there, which fed the idea that they might be casting a male instead of a female.
You said if it is a male captain, they're going to cast.
I know this is going to sound mean to me, but you can tell this is woke Hollywood.
Yeah.
Ask the first officer and doctor is female.
There was a tremendous rumor that if they couldn't find the right actress to play Captain Janeway, they might change the captain to a male, then one of the other males in the show will be turned into a female.
We may have auditioned.
Well, yeah, surprise. They were trying to find the best person possible, and if they weren't able to find it, they would have to do a change. That has happened many times in Hollywood.
Because think about the high quality that they wanted from their actor. You're the captain. You're the star of the show. You're the one who's going to draw people into the show.
Exactly. And that first one, I can't remember what her name was, but oh God, no, that wasn't going to work. That wasn't going to work.
No, if you have the Voyager seasons on DVD, there's behind the scenes where you can see the original test footage with the original actress for Janeway, and it just wasn't good.
Oh hell! It wasn't even test footage. They actually did start filming, and she didn't last a week. So those were actual.
She was a film actress. She wasn't used to the rigorous schedule of a television show.
Mm-hmm. So some of those things you saw weren't the test footage. Those were what we would have seen on screen if she was there. So it gives you the idea of what direction it would have gone with her. And, Kate Mulgrew was definitely heads and shoulders above her. Not to be mean, but.
some men I don't remember. We're talking 27 years ago.
You did.
For Voyager?
Yeah, as it got deeper into the process and the search continued, and I do believe it was the studio that asked you to start looking at men just in case.
See, Brennan Braga remembers, at least according to him. It was the studio that was telling Rick Berman, get ready to cast a man if you can't find the right woman.
Mm-hmm. Typical studio.
Yeah.
Yeah, not us. The studio.
We don't have to watch the rest of this, but
no, but it kind of gives you the idea there, and her contribution to that. I think there would have been some people that might have been better than her that could have done it that were going for it, but hey, wasn't my choice. So, just a second here, please. I had a frog in my throat. Several Star Trek luminaries are sharing their thoughts about the passing of Jeri Taylor on social media, including some who worked with her. Voyager writer-producer Brian Fuller. Oh, Captain, my Captain, farewell, Jeri Taylor. Pioneering co-creator of Star Trek Voyager, my first showrunner and the kindest mentor a baby writer could have. And, of course, we go down to Michael Okuda. The world of Star Trek lost one of its giants yesterday with the passing of writer-producer Jeri Taylor. Jeri became a supervising producer on Star Trek The Next Generation's fourth season, eventually becoming co-executive producer. And there's the three of them right there. And, of course, the great Mark Altman, who is the historian and podcaster, states that, so saddened to hear about the passing of EP and showrunner Jeri Taylor. When I was a fledgling journalist covering TNG, she could not have been more warm and welcoming and thoughtful. Always considerate to everyone she met, she was also immensely talented. The perfect combination. See, that's how you write people. Just saying. Star Trek communicator, editor, and historian Larry Nemec.
Yeah, Nemec.
Oh, what? Yeah, look at that old picture there. You can tell that's the hair.
That's definitely the 80s.
Yeah,
80s going into the 90s.
In the 90s, because you got unification picture there. That's your 80s, 90s. You know, that crossover time. I guess the news got out ahead of the family, but yes, Star Trek, it's true. R.I.P. Jeri Taylor. EP on later TNG and co-creator of Star Trek Voyager. And the spiritual mother of Captain Janeway. We'll have more live thoughts soon, but so glad she's on cam and all over Voyager documentary.
Yeah, she just like Marcy Darcy there.
Yeah, I know.
No, I know exactly was, and it's like you guys joked. You're like the clothing and like the decorations timestamp photos. It's hilarious.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, even his picture there is like, oh yeah, those.
like if you see. Like if you see brass and glass, you're like, oh, I know exactly when this was.
That didn't sound right, man. That just didn't. And I don't think we need to hear anything from the Prodigy people. They're at the space trip.
No, sorry. That's why I took it away.
Yeah, I was wondering why you jumped off early, and I kind of looked, oh, okay. Yeah, let's not hear from the people that disgrace legacies like hers. She did it how you're supposed to do it. You're going to bring in a character that's woman. Bring it in, and boom, there it is. You have a strong, independent woman. A person who's got this weight on her shoulder. Yeah, boom, there it is. And not going, well, I'm a woman, don't you know? Are you mansplaining to me, Chakotay?
Chakotay, I don't need your explanation. I know what I'm doing. Mr. Paris, set a course. Maximum warp.
From an unknown zone to another unknown zone, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. That's the one thing they put in there. It's like, some officers don't mind being called sir, but I prefer to be called ma'am. Okay, no problem, because both are totally acceptable in the military.
Mm-hmm.
She did the correction and it stayed. And why? Because it's perfectly cromulent.
Neelix, this coffee is terrible. I'm sorry, Captain, but these are the finest coffee beans on the planet we were just at.
These are the ones that are supposed to go through a bat first, but I decided to let them go through me first.
This hot bean juice.
Because we don't have bats on board. Yeah, there is coffee like that.
They had sonic showers.
Mm.
Ooh. Although there were times where you did see them in a bathtub of water and soap suds and.
Mm-hmm. So tingly.
All right, Baron, you ready for this next one?
Well, I'm ready. Knock it to me.
All right. I just want to make sure you're ready before I
never
give you the link.
You don't even have to wait. Just put it in there, and I'm ready to go, man. I'm a professional.
There you go. It's in there.
Okay, so we're going to go the way of the woke wankers. We're going to call this On a Live Line. Oh, whoa, what's this? Breaking news. Oh, he's trying to get Hollywood back to work. Okay, so this is from On a Live Line. The byline is Peter White, and it is dateline the 24th of this month. Sony, Jeopardy, and Wheel of Fortune hit with race, gender, and age discrimination complaints. I am generally curious about this. I'm not kidding, because it's like, what now?
And I was too. That's why when I saw it, I thought, this will be something we can talk about on Sunday.
Mm-hmm. So, two former executives on Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune have accused Sony Pictures of engaging in unlawful race, gender, and age discrimination and retaliation against them. Okay. Shelley Balance Ellis, a black woman, and her Latina, I'm surprised they didn't go Latinx, colleague, Monique Diaz, thank you. I knew I was going to get there. I got Monique right, though, Diaz, have filed complaint with California's Civil Rights Department and the National Labor Relations Board, alleging that Sony management terminated them and other workers in retaliation for collectively opposing harmful discrimination and toxic working conditions on Jeopardy! This is Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune. The pair have spent close to 50 years combined working on the shows. So the one worked on there for 40 and the other one 10. I mean, it could be that way. Balance Ellis was executive director, licensing, and clearance at Sony Pictures Entertainment, and Diaz also worked in the department. The pair were terminated in April. Hell, the April Fools joke, I tell you. They are claiming they were terminated because they objected to racial discrimination on the workplace, the pay inequity Diaz experienced, the glass ceiling, and other bias Balance Ellis faced as an older black woman, the airing of inappropriate footage of southern plantations on Wheel of Fortune, racist comments and jokes made in Wheel of Fortune's control room about black women on the show, and dismissal of workers' concern about racial bias in the Jeopardy game questions. I'm sorry, this is starting to sound like, yeah. The CRD and the federal NLRB will investigate the allegations over the coming months. The pair are represented by Hillary Benham Baker of Benham Baker Legal and Peter Romer Friedman and David Berman of Peter Romer Friedman Law, PLLC. Okay. Balance Ellis pointed to comments from Maya Angelou, in 1995, where she said she was boycotting Jeopardy for its lack of diverse contestants, and Vanna White's pay dispute with Wheel of Fortune in the claims. As the highest-ranking black production executive in Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune, I had a front-row seat as I watched and experienced this racial bias and insensitivity. Diaz highlighted an incident where she and other colleagues expressed discomfort over plantation shots for Wheel of Fortune. Okay. It was clear that Sony knew there was discomfort with this. My team and I were uncomfortable with having to negotiate footage location and photo agreements with representatives of plantation, she said. Sorry, I was having a little bit of problem there because, me smells something fishy in Denmark. She also accused Wheel of Fortune producers about racist and sexist comments made about comedian Leslie Jones and other women of color about their hair. What's not to make humorous comments about. We're just making humorous comments about Jerry Taylor hair and the other guy's hair.
Mm-hmm.
And they look whiter than white to me. Okay.
I mean, again, getting back to Jerry Taylor in that picture, that was the hairstyle back then when that picture was taken. We could look at pictures of ourselves back in the 80s, the 90s, and see that we have a certain hairstyle going, certain clothing going, because it was the style of the time.
I got some photos with me in hammer pants. I'll admit it.
Well, I mean, everyone loves a joke about the big hair of the 80s.
I had big hair.
And the girls making the big hair and, basically the 5 cans of hairspray they needed to do that one. But, of course, those are typically white girls that were doing that, so that's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, make the
I had a cousin who had the 80s hair. It's like, how much hairspray do you need to put on your hair? Careful, someone might light a match. And
exactly. And we make fun of it.
I used to wear my baseball cap so you could see some of the hair in the front. I'd sit it back on my head more. That was so bad at that time. I was like, what are you doing?
Here I thought you were doing the party in business in front, party in the back.
Oh, I had a little bit of a mullet. I won't say I didn't.
Yeah, I did too for a little bit too. I did.
Just cut the top, leave the back alone.
So Leslie Jones, take a look at Leslie Jones. It's not racist or sexist comments. It's making fun of her hair. I would make fun of her hair, just like I'd make fun of everybody's hair, including my own. Okay, I've done it. Jeopardy, which is executive produced by Michael Davies and hosted by Ken Jennings in its 41st season. It is produced by Sony Pictures Television. We all know that BS. Wheel of Fortune, which is Wheel of Fortune, which is executively produced by Bell. We don't need more of that. Sony Pictures Entertainment takes all allegations of discrimination very seriously. Earlier this year, there was a broad recognition of our game show group that resulted in the elimination of several roles to address redundancies in evolving business needs of a 40-plus-year-old operation. Those eliminations were business efficiency decisions and not retaliatory. Further, the past few years have been a time of significant transition and internal reorientating for Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy. Just a second, please. The frog came back. Driven by a new leadership team who are profoundly dedicated to fostering a culture of inclusivity and respect. We are anchored to these values as we usher in a new era for our game shows with tenacity. And what?
Circumspection.
You got it right. You got it.
Oh, I didn't even get there. But I just said tenacity in circumcision. A Sony spokesman the person.
Circumspection.
I like mine better. Okay, I'm just gonna say some things off. You're gonna be fucking triggered over the fact that they use images of a plantation, probably because they're doing one of the things about the South. And I have news for you: not all plantations had slaves on them. No, quit being racist. Quit being racist, Balance Ellis. That's a racist thing in by itself. Going out there, I was uncomfortable by it. You know what? These plantations are beautiful to look at. Not all of them had black slaves on there. So get both you and Diaz, get that stick out of your ass.
I love this. Yeah, go ahead. Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Get that stick out of your ass and become a human being. What were you going to say, Cash?
I love this anonymous comment. As a former Sony game shows development employee, I can say I witnessed these allegations myself. And then Anonymous also says, "So brave of you, Anonymous." This is just. Who knows?
That's how he is.
Yeah, I mean, why don't you have a name then? As a former, yeah, it's possible, but I call bullshit. I don't know.
We still have that on here, so Baron, if you want to play it, go ahead and play it.
Oh, really? It's still
I call bullshit.
Yeah, let me get down there. I'm sorry, I'm too fixated on doing the reading that I
call bullshit. I call bullshit.
Did that come through?
Yes, it came through.
I didn't hear it. Okay.
I'm a little.
One more time.
Bullshit.
I'm a little curious about this too because Seacrest came in, right? He's Wheel of Fortune now, right? And I mean,
Jack retired.
I don't know if the company he was working with before, they were huge communications company. I don't know if he pulled any of that in when he comes over or if they were already owned under some umbrella thing or something. But to me, it's like you bring in somebody like that who I would think comes with a team. Or there's people maybe he wants to work with, and it's like, sorry, but we don't need you anymore.
Yep.
Kind of, I'm almost wondering if it's just that. And this becomes a story because, anytime anybody gets fired, you're like, was I fired for a reason?
Yep.
I mean, you can always come up with that for legitimacy reasons or not. But that immediately makes me wonder because they got all these new hosts and they brought in a powerhouse, not just a host,
Well, anytime a corporation restructures, people are going to lose their jobs.
Unfortunately, yes. Mm-hmm. I love this.
And if you have new management involved, the new management's going to want to bring in their people and get rid of people who have a long tenure.
Here's another anonymous. I wish these people actually had names. I remember the Wheel of Fortune.
Anonymous.
Yep. Jinx. But I remember the Wheel of Fortune van where they travel to your hometown to compete for a spot. It's basically arbitrary. If they think you'll look good on the show, that's how they'll decide. If you haven't noticed, there's a gender gap with the winners. I mean, this stuff, man, on the shows, usually being men. When I tried out, I noticed the contestants that made it were 50-50 men and women. It was Monty Hall that noticed some silly people in costumes waiting to get to watch the show, so he decided to let them, and they put the show over the top. Game shows since then have really focused on diversity since then, and it's largely been successful for audiences, even if there's been a disparity with the winners. Well, whatever. Okay, so he's not exactly saying, okay, I was wondering where he's going with that.
Well, the thing also with it too is, if you take a look at, the heyday of talk shows and all that, there was a little bit more women contestants because why? These are being played during the day, and who was watching it? Women. So
stay-at-home moms, stay-at-home wives.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So they were focusing a bit on that for having the contestants. So there was discrimination back then to men.
Yeah.
I'm not bitching about it.
No.
I can be on Jeopardy too, Billy.
That's I don't know. Every time, well, I would say most times, Deadline, it's like, yeah, we're going to
get live line.
People, right. On a live. Freaking.
But, you know,
yeah. They just
I like about that picture.
I don't know.
What I liked about that picture was that Ryan C. chest. He's walking out with his mother on his arm, and that was really nice.
Wow.
Shut
brutal. That's brutal, man.
Great on this. Well, I mean, she is old enough to be his mother, honestly.
Now, Baron, since this right here isn't an article, I'll go ahead and read the box office.
Oh, I know. There was no way in hell I was going to do that because you know I'd have a deal. I'd be giving such a wrong information you can't believe. Look at that.
Kryptonite.
Well, it's just I don't know. I want to know if anything's going to come out of this whole Sony thing. I think sometimes a lot of this stuff is bullshit.
Well,
people are just looking for something. I'm offended. Yeah.
They get let go, so what they do, they hit every checkbox, and that's always me suspicious.
And Deadline, just like a lot of these more on the liberal side, are just happy to give them always a platform. Look, I understand Sony needs to take this stuff seriously. I get it. But if there really isn't much there, then it's just like, well, we're just wasting our time. But fine, take it seriously. I get it. Fine, whatever. But
I think it's just two disgruntled women that were let go, and notice it kind of coincides with Ryan Seacrest coming in, and Ryan Seacrest, just like Jared Fogle, he has AIDS. So I mean, of course he's going to bring his AIDS in.
Right? Yes.
Oh
man.
And you're not talking about the disease. You're talking about Ryan Seacrest. Is what you're referring to.
Whoa! There's a disease. There's a disease.
Oh man! See, I tell you.
Come on, Baron.
I know that's an old South Park joke. Come on, that was perfect South Park joke.
I know. We're talking about the movie, or
I don't like fish sticks.
But no, you're talking about Ryan Seacrest AIDS. His people that work for him that fetch, scripts for him.
Yeah, the ones, his little slaves, sycophant slaves, hanger-ons, stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's like, make sure Ryan Seacrest.
Yeah, well, Seacrest has also been accused of sexual harassment too, with the Me Too stuff. That happened.
Now, Ryan Seacrest does not like M&Ms. You have to bring Smarties in from Canada, and they only have to be green. So green Smarties, because he thinks he's a Smartie, okay, and never questions just the mental acuity.
Sorry, Ryan. Even I like Smarties. I'm apologizing to Ryan for my next comment. Even I like Smarties, but I admit they're white trash candy, dude.
Well, Canada, all of our Canadian friends and all the people up in Canada, and up in Canada, please put all letters to the Padawanna in care of his YouTube channel.
Yep, I'll take it. White chocolate's not chocolate.
Are you calling Canada white trashville? Come on, man.
Oh no. I've seen Trailer Park Boys.
But on another note, we do have the weekend in the box office from Box Office Mojo, and as you can see, our top 5 films for this weekend were Venom: The Last Dance with 51 million. You have Smile 2, which was the number 1 film last weekend, and it dropped down to 9.4 million after making, I believe it was 22 million, 23 million, somewhere up there. And then at number 3, The Wild Robot made 6.5 million this weekend. Conclave made 6.5 million as well. We Live in Time made 4.8 million. That's top 5. And let's see what rounds up the top 10 as soon as it loads up. Terrifier 3 drops from number 3 to number 6, making 4.7 million. Beetlejuice is still rolling with 3.2 million. Anora made $867,142. Piece by Piece made $721,000, and Transformers 1 made $720,000. Just curious to see what its box office total is at right now.
She's hanging in there.
124 million for Transformers 1, which will be our watch party on November 6th at 6 p.m. Eastern. The Cosby link will be pinned to the top of the chat on both YouTube and Rumble for anybody who wishes to watch along with us and experience this movie for themselves.
And I still hold to what I said. With so many people coming out talking about how good that film is and might have been scared away from seeing it in the theater, this film is going to be like when we had cable VHS time. This is going to get a resurgency with streaming and video, DVDs and such like that. And it's why
some comments last night of people who took a chance. They bought the movie on digital, and they said this movie is a lot better than I thought it was going to be.
Right.
Even Pops yesterday told me he recently saw Transformers 1, and he was pleasantly surprised at how good it was.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, and that's just it. The word of mouth from people that we trust is what's going to give this brand new spanking life. And, I just noticed something. My Discord has been down for over a day. I had a system update. It's like, well, I want to check something here on Discord because what we're talking about is like, oh, it's down. Sorry about that. I got messages on there.
But getting back to it, even when I came out of the theater and I posted that video, say, I know what you're all gonna say. Of course, you're gonna like it because you're a Transformers fan. No, not just because I'm a Transformers fan, because this is a good movie for everybody to watch.
Right.
It doesn't matter what your age is.
Right. Exactly. And I think it's going to get that second lease of life in that area. That's where it's going to start making a lot of money. But unfortunately, the damage has been done in the theater. But let's hope that that resurgence might get studios or whatever going, oh, maybe we should. Maybe we should. And like I said, I'd rather see it turn into a TV show.
Yeah, I mean, Fat Steven, he was saying after he saw it, he would love to see them take the same animation style that they used for Transformers 1 and redo all the original G1 episodes in that style. I could see it working.
So am I reading this right down on the end where it says weeks? That's how many weeks they've been on this list?
Yeah.
That's how many weeks they've been out.
Joker, is gone. And really, Beetlejuice is just murdering. 8 weeks?
8 weeks, and it's made a worldwide total of $438 million.
Wow. That's a success. Honestly, is that bigger than what the first one did? I mean, I don't know if inflation and all that comes out, but, I remember Tim Burton not everybody liked his movies. They were very much more younger people type of movies, It
was a niche thing almost with him. It was like, he was that bizarre, that kooky.
Well, it's that beginning of that goth, kind of thing.
Now, take into account, this is 1988 money. But $74 million was a lot of money back in 1988.
What were movie tickets? Like the most expensive ticket, the nighttime tickets was probably what, $5, $4 something?
$4 or $5.
I mean, yeah, dude. They're
depends on where you were too.
Yeah, there's more than twice as much. And matinees weren't just the first film; they were like all the way up until evening. So like the first 3 showings could be matinees. So yeah, they weren't nearly making. They didn't even nearly have the ability to make as much money.
And look how horrible the international was on this.
Now let's do a comparison.
God, 171,000. God. It's insane.
Yeah. Now look at the difference with the international. Well, to put things in perspective, right? When we talked about Looker the other day, Looker was made for $12 million. Today, we just kind of go, oh, yeah. Back
so
then,
much
$12
money.
million was a hell of a lot of money.
In 81? Yeah, God, dude. That's more budget than so many things. Oh, my God.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't even really have big budget movies yet,
No.
I mean, there was those big theatrical, they always have Ben-Hur and those type of movies, but it's like those were so and far between back then.
Right.
That companies had to save up for that project.
Well, Star Wars is the one that I think helped start launching into that.
Well, yeah. And he did do it a little differently. Nobody made as much money off their toys as this guy. I mean,
Well, because that was never a market for them.
Mm-hmm.
It never worked.
Who cares about kids? I mean, we're still in a new learning of what children would like, because action figures weren't really a thing. They were a little bit, but not the way we got them.
Well, yeah, I mean, you had the G.I. Joes, and of course the girls had their Barbies, still do.
The kind of 10 and 12, and then you'd have the little army guys. But man, those accessories and but the imagination explosion too.
Yeah, well, you had the $6 Million Man, and of course you had Jamie Summers. Came along after that, and so, but yeah, there weren't nothing like those, slightly over 3-inch tall action figures.
Mm-hmm. And price points, man, can actually. I mean, we all even today we go through that as collectors. Like, I love the idea of collecting helmets or large statues, but I can't. I don't have the room. So I do Lego helmets and action figures.
Oh, I love action figures because, that's why I like those retro collections that they have. Now they're slapping Kenner on there. They should never have taken that name off, but
yeah.
But I like those retro. I mean, that's why. Well, I think my daughter actually. Or did I buy it? I can't remember. My daughter, I think, got me the one with the Hoth board game that had the Luke Skywalker and the Hoth pilot uniform. But they had Escape the Death Star, and they had the retro version of Grand Moff Tarkin, which I always wanted to have. I remember asking back in the day, I said, why don't they have a Tarkin action figure? And my dad goes, well, because he got killed in the film. It's like, didn't Obi-Wan die too?
Mm-hmm. Good guys never die. And I wonder if back then they had to ask those actors, they're like, can we make an action figure of you? Because I thought they still, even as crude as they were back in the day, I thought they still looked like them, at least a little bit.
Right.
But, getting back to the movies, I will say 2 movies that I've been impressed with this year, surprisingly impressed with. And number 1 goes to The Bike Riders.
Oh, that's right. Yep.
I thought that was a very good movie. Austin Butler was great in it. Jodie Comer was great in it. And Tom Hardy was great. And then Transformers 1.
Cash was absolutely knocked out over Joker.
Aaron.
What?
Shut up.
Well, I hadn't heard from you for a while, so I just wanted to make sure. I was missing you, man.
Uh-huh.
This was a long time, so.
Yeah, no, the Joker is an insult to the Joker and Harley Quinn, unfortunately.
Now I can understand why when you showed that video, those girls dancing to the Macarena. Like, oh, wow.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
I see what you just posted. Yep.
Oh, that one? Oh, you saw that?
Yeah. Not surprised. It doesn't surprise me. No, nothing as far as that is concerned really surprises me anymore.
Oh boy, fucking hell.
Yeah.
Hey, son of a bitch. And now I have to look.
Well, I'm still upset with Joe Rogan, though. I mean, come on. For a guy who was doing fries at a McDonald's, working in a McDonald's, come on. Over me?
The greatest fries ever. Greatest fries anyone ever had.
Everybody was talking about it. Oh, who's that guy working the fry station? He's making wonderful fries. They're the tastiest, most crispest fries I've ever had.
We've got the best grease.
Oh my gosh, going down on this thread, this is fucking hilarious. I'm not gonna bring this up.
I'll bring it up.
Oh,
No, it's just that Baron found this stuff is funny. It's so stupid.
I'll bring it up. I don't care.
Yeah, it's a show.
We need a laugh.
Oh my gosh.
Mike hasn't made enough enemies yet. He needs some more enemies.
I like the one that says, "You want lies with that?" They have one of Stacey Abrams too. This is terrible.
Well, the one lady also said it's brutal. The white girl that died from cancer.
Yeah, I know somebody said that. Okay, and then they have two of these girls kissing each other too, or something, of some video. What the?
Yeah, they're using AI for that.
Yeah, I figured.
I was gonna ask if this was a picture of the WNBA volunteering.
This is. So...
Oh, didn't even bother to change the name tag. I don't know. Can we get close enough to see that?
I will try to.
Easy, man.
I just see blur.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, I doubt this is gonna work, but. Yeah,
I doubt it
not,
too. Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, it's not even zooming in. So.
Here are we being.
Pardon me. Would you like fries with that supersized order of BS? These are clever. It's just,
if you go further down, over 1 billion served. Yeah. Oh God.
Just they get brutal, man. Yeah.
It's going to be interesting to see what happens in a week.
It is.
It's going to get very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually gonna watch that interview. I'm just curious. I saw Trump on Theo Vaughn, and that was kind of more funny because Theo Vaughn's just a fool. He's always trying to crack jokes. Trump couldn't even get half the stuff the guy was saying. But Joe Rogan. I'm gonna check that out and see.
Mm-hmm.
We had a very great economy during my administration. It was very great. It was the best economy we've ever had in the country.
Oh man!
You know, playing State of Decay 2, we got the greatest team. Gonna go out there. They're gonna get the zombies. They're gonna get the plague hearts and the juggernauts. Yeah, juggernauts like Washington itself. There are always these big guys pushing you around, being loud and bolsterous, but you just gotta know how to take care of them.
And I can do it. I can do it in record time.
Well, like I told you guys before the show, it's like I did my patriotic duty. Did it yesterday. Long suffering myself. We went out there and did what we needed to do, and boom, there we go.
Yeah. It's our right as an American to vote every election year. It doesn't matter if it's every 2 years or every 4 years.
An American.
And I want RFK Jr. can thank me for my vote.
So, are you ready to read this next article, Baron?
Oh, hell no. I was enjoying this too much. I didn't mean for this to come up in the show. I just was sharing.
Sex.
We got sex?
Do it.
Sex?
Yeah,
what about sex?
I might have one more article after this, Baron.
And I've already put the link into the private chat, Baron.
Yeah, I got it up on my screen. I was just going to start, but Cash kept on talking. So.
Yeah, nice try, Baron.
So we got an article here from Geek Tyrant, and it is bylined by Jason Blum, and the date line is 3 days ago. They say. Wait a moment. By Joey Parr. Okay.
Yeah,
so,
Jason Blum offers update on Dead by Daylight film adaptation, saying the script needs to be right.
I guess I should have read the headline before opening my mouth. It's Joey Parr that's byline by, and of course, since you got that part done, I'm not going to read that. So ha 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 ha. You got to read part of an article. Blumhouse horror movie producer Jason Blum has how original Blumhouse Blum. Hey, got it? Has offered an update on the upcoming adaptation of the hit video game Dead by Daylight. Yeah, that's me every day. And just a little more each day. And it sounds like fans are going to have to wait a while. While at New York Comic Con, Blum was asked about the film during an interview with CB. And he said, working on the script, we don't put movies in the calendar until we have the right script. Say that to Disney. Say that to Marvel. Say that to DC. He put on to manage expectations, saying, it took 10 years to make Five Nights at Freddy's. 10 long, grueling years. And I think
10 very long years.
Long. And I think one of the reasons the movie worked is because we spent 10 long years trying to get it right.
Well, if I remember, people in Hollywood don't like Jason Blum, or they've tried to cancel him before because his politics don't align with theirs. If I remember correctly.
I don't care what his politics.
Is it because he's MAGA? Is that why? Is it because he's MAGA?
Could be.
Oh, okay. I mean, I didn't know that, and I be honest with you. No offense to anybody, I don't care.
It doesn't matter. If anything, I think he's a conservative, so that upset people that movie Five Nights at Freddy did well because he's a conservative, of course.
Well, my only thing
I remember, I think he is. Yeah.
The way that he's going to be dead before he gets his films out.
Yeah,
going to take 10 long years.
Yeah. That's a long time,
I hope we get a script that we love. We're working on a script, but it could be 5 years. It could be 12 months. You just don't know. You can't make the movie until the script is right, and you don't know how long that'll take. Disney, 3 hours. This is why a lot of films at Blumhouse are so good. The best ever. You can't find a better film than this. They actually have a script in place and ready to go before they start shooting. I like that they take their time with their film projects.
That's what
most studios should.
Yes.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And Dead by Daylight, one player takes on the role of a savage killer, while the other 4 players try to escape and keep from getting caught, tortured, and killed. I love this game already. Some of the determined killers, demented killers include the nurse, the wraith, the hag, and more. Oh, so we got Dr. Joe.
You could even play as Chucky.
You guys should also know that there has been some pandering and stuff, like with Leatherface and so on.
Hey, Cash. I know. I've been keeping up with everything on Dead by Daylight. I get notifications because I have the game. I have the game. I could chase Barrett around this old barn, freak him out. He tried to get a pallet and try to stop me, but he can't stop me. I'm unstoppable.
As long as I'm the topless blonde cutie, that's all I care about.
Oh, okay.
So basically, the demented killers include Dr. Jill, Joey Potato, and Kamala Harris. Okay, I see, and more. There are. I know that was bad. I'm sorry. No, I'm not. I'm lying. There are even classic movie villains and characters licensed from films that have been added to the game, such as Michael Myers, Freddy Krueger, and Pinhead. Mm-hmm. What if Freddy Krueger was one of the victims? Huh?
No, that's not how it works.
No,
I know it's not. I'm being silly. I'm being silly. Atomic Monster founder and CEO James Wan said in Dead by Daylight, the behavior team has created but actually that might be the saving thing because they know how the people behave. Has created a love letter to the world of horror, building an incredible environment teeming with atmosphere. I hope so, or we'd suffocate, and terrifying villains, perfect for a scary cinematic adaptation. Yeah, you got to know which villains do what. Yeah, that's a lot of respect. That's a lot of props there, man.
Yeah, one thing that also happened with this game is they made the killers too overpowered, so there was a problem with the balance. So people started getting mad. It's very interesting.
It's still going on. It's still going on.
Is it?
Well, the thing is these killers are overpowered.
Yeah, but they're way too overpowered. You got to give the victims, you got to give the survivors a chance.
Yeah, and for the killer, for the villain to pop up at the very end, and knowing that we're going to do it again.
Yeah, they had the problem with Friday the 13th game too. Like Jason was like sliding or something. It was like, wait a second here. We need to have more of a chance. Jason can't.
He was rollerblading and taking people out left and right.
He was sliding and taking people out with his axe.
Going sledding and taking people out with the axe.
That's right.
Sitting in first class in the airplane, taking people out with an axe. Yeah, we're big fans of the game at Atomic Monster and are thrilled to be teaming up with Blumhouse to bring this frighteningly visceral world to the big screen. See, visceral. Ooh, they really mean business when they say
That's
that.
right. They do.
Blum previously said, "We know there are so many fans of Dead by Daylight out there and think it's imperative we find someone who appreciates and loves the world as much as we do to help us bring the game to the big screen. We know our partners at Behavior and Atomic Monster." Oh, that's the name of a company. Okay, I thought that was something. Okay, well, help us bring the best version of this game to life. Stephen Mulrooney. See, I could say that because Canada had a Mulrooney up there. I'm trying to help lessen the sting that Paddle Wannabe did earlier. Executive Vice President at Behavior Interactive said in a statement, "We couldn't be more thrilled to work with Jason Blum and James Wan, two giants in the horror film industry, to further expand the Dead by Daylight universe." At Behavior, our model is to create unique moments to uncreate people. Together, forever, Atomic Monster and Blumhouse are the ideal partners to craft Dead by Daylight's killer entrance into the big screen. They actually sound excited, don't they? I mean, for real, honestly.
Yes.
This does not sound like PR BS.
Joey Parr, ever since I found Geek Tyrant and started reading his articles, you can tell when he's enthusiastic about something.
Mm-hmm. But, I mean, even the people that are behind it, this isn't just PR talk that Juan, Blum, and all the others are. These and Mulrooney, they actually sound excited about this. That not like George Lucas standing out there on stage with bouncers screaming a lightsaber.
We had to come up with a way to get this effect to go. So I thought, well, why don't you just use motion capture?
Okay, we'll CG this. Okay, we'll CG that. Okay, we'll CG this. It's not working. We'll CG that. Gamers have enjoyed playing Dead by Daylight since its launch in 2016. So anyone who sits back and says about games being too old in that 2015, 2016, why are you playing those old games? There, put that in your pipe and smoke it. With over 50 million players worldwide and 2 million players venturing into the fog every single day, and 1 player in North Korea. Deal here. It will be fun to experience this horror experience. Wow, in movie form. It'd be fun to experience this horror experience. You think they could have found a different word somewhere?
I know you read that. Wait, why? I
can hear my English teachers right now.
Yeah,
you have experience in there twice.
That's right.
Why do you have it in there twice?
Well, then they hit that other one where he said they, and that was a Sebastian Stan thing. It was like, really? Really?
I can hear my English teacher right now hitting the floor because she hit her head on the desk too hard and knocked herself out.
Right.
I mean,
It will be fun to experience this horror experience. Great. That's fantastic.
Horror
It will be
showcase.
fun to experience this terrific tribute to classic
right.
horror on the big screen.
Yes. Yeah, it sounds a lot better. Dang it. Come on. You almost did it, Geek Tyrant. You almost
Come
did
on,
it.
Joey. Hey, Joey. Come on.
Hey, Joey, don't be a
on,
Joey Potato Man. Come on, man. You can do better, man.
Come on, man.
Luigi took a hit to the head with a baseball bat, and he still can do better writing than that, man. He only has an IQ of 14 right now.
It's me.
Here's the thing about Dead by Daylight. You can have 5 players. 4 of the players are the victims.
Yep.
One of them is the killer.
That's right.
The person who's the killer isn't supposed to let everybody know, hey, guys, I'm the killer.
No.
Well, if he's dressed up like Jason, it kind of,
yeah,
but
kind of a giveaway.
What you have to do is you have to go around and get these generators working.
Yes.
In order to open the door so you can escape. But as you're working on these generators, you also have to keep looking around you to see if the killer spots you and it's coming for you. Because if you're not paying attention, he'll take you and then he'll hang you in the basement somewhere.
So let me sum it up this way then. All this game is Among Us on crack.
All this game is Among Us, but a little bit better.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot better, but basically Among Us on crack. I mean, on meth. I mean, it's going to be up all night.
I mean, I can hear it now. Baron's the killer. He doesn't let us know until after the match is over, and he starts giggling.
I think I did that. No, I haven't done that Among Us. I'm hardly ever the killer. But Phil McCracken, he's giggling through the whole damn thing. He wonders why we pick him as the killer all the time.
I actually
end the game, YouTube.
I was gonna say I have a hard time even watching people stream this game because there's just nothing to it. It's to me it's a marginal experience as multiplayer. Yeah, there's not really big confrontations. You're just sneaking around, always looking for the enemy. It's not as involved in as a death match where you're moving super fast all the time and reactions and things like that. But it's like there's no story. Stuff like this still befuddles me that
people enjoy it.
Yeah, pay full price for not even a part of one level of a game.
And that was Elitist Corner with Padawannabe. Again, you can send all letters, critiques, and complaints to the Padawannabe.
Well, I guess that could be the same thing. Like, give me a good quality game. Because I was just looking the other day. It's like, God, everything is story mode now. There's nothing I can just pick up real quick and jump into, and it's like,
Make up your mind.
Although I am gonna start playing Aliens.
I'll let you all know right now. If you want to pick up Dead by Daylight and be either the killer or the hapless victim trying to get away from the killer and then get the generator open, it's currently $8 before tax on Steam. So
yeah, there's big sale going on right now.
And then of course you have the DLC. They have the Castlevania DLC for $8. They have Leatherface. He's on there for $2.50. Dungeons and Dragons, Baron, and Dead by Daylight.
Oh boy,
$8.
Okay.
And Tomb Raider for $5.
I've seen the Tomb Raider one. I've seen a lot of these. I've seen the Jason one.
Let me take a look at this. Let me take a look at this.
Gosh, I want to say there was a Leatherface at some time.
Yeah, there you go.
And I've even seen when they put the big adaptation on it, and it changed it a little bit.
Okay, so I need this. I need to see this first. Okay. Dungeons and Dragons Dead by Daylight. What do they have in here? Looks
What's
like a
the
mummy.
bad guy?
I'll just bring it up. Let me just click on it and bring it up.
Oh,
and see.
I'm kind of looking at it now. Yeah, we'll go ahead and bring it up for the audience.
That's what I'm doing, Barry. Giving them a visual.
I think they're trying to do this off of the Beargate stuff. Oh, Vecna? Wait a moment. Why does he have 2 eyes and 2 hands? Vecna is supposed to not have an eye and not supposed to have a hand. Come on, man.
Come on, man.
But you can find the hand or eye of Vecna in a treasure chest, but he's my brain hurts. My brain hurts.
And now, so fool, how little you must value your lives to take a single insignificant breath in my sanctum. I'm afraid there will be no quick death for you, no escape from this suffering.
Yeah, follow the torches. It's always a good sign.
Yeah, the ones that are going out.
I see fit.
Oh, it'd been good if that was it'd been great if that was.
Places such as this. One must keep themselves entertained.
He would not have the hand with him. The hand was lost. It was cut off by Cast the Destroyer, and his eye was taken out too.
Baron,
Prequel.
Calm down.
And he's a demigod. He's not. He's just not. He's a god. He's a god. He's worshipped. He's just not some prop to come in like villain of the week. This guy is.
I understand that, Baron. They're just doing this for the game to get you to buy the DLC.
Well, the thing is D&D's kind of been going that way too. They've been treating him like a bitch. Because Vecna's supposed to be in the Greyhawk world, and they're making everything now Forgotten Realms. So what do we do with this bastard god? Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm calm, calmer than you. Calmer than you.
I'm just gonna play it anyway, just because.
Take it easy, man.
I'm perfectly calm, dude. Calmer than you are.
You just take it easy. Calmer than you are.
Calmer than you, man. Calmer than you. Oh God.
All right, Baron. Here's the last article.
No. After this, no, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it.
But
I can't do it.
Too bad. Too bad. You're gonna do it.
I'll be like
you're gonna do it. You're gonna enjoy it. You're gonna enjoy it, Ben.
I'll be like Delgado and bow out of the show. I can't handle this, you impractical jokers, you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, where is it? I'm waiting.
I
should be the first one to get the link.
No. The audience gets the link first, then you.
You know, in a way, I am the audience too. You know, just saying.
Right now, you're a co-host.
Until the end of the show. So this comes from Cosmic Book News. Byline, Matt McClellan. He sounds familiar. We might have.
We've read quite a few of his articles.
Yeah, we might have. And this was published 2 minutes ago. I kind of doubt that.
No.
Yeah. I even did a refresh and it still says
Fake news. It's fake news.
Fake news. Yeah, well, you know, that's what you get for your eyes. It really is. Just a second here, please. Keep them in. My throat has been so dry, and I've also been eating frogs in the throat at the same time. I don't know how that works, but it does. So 2 Predator movies coming, possibly Alien versus Predator on the way. I'm actually surprised they haven't done it yet. Especially when you had Jason versus Michael
Freddy
Myers.
versus Jason.
Yeah, Freddy versus Jason versus Michael Myers, all that. So, and a very successful comic book series. Yeah, very successful. They knew how to do it. Top quality, the best ever. The head of Disney's 20th Century, I want to say Fox, but I know it's not Fox, but 20th Century, hell with it. 20th Century Fox Studios has confirmed that 2 more Predator movies are getting released, and even said another Aliens versus Predator is possible. Oh, they did do one. Okay, never mind. I'll shut up now. You can take over because I don't know what I'm talking about. 20th Century Fox Studios has been I just do that to irritate. Success with both franchises. Disney just announced Predator Badland is taking Blade's release date. Oh, so Disney's doing Predator. How apropos that Disney would be doing Predator. Yes. Alien Romulus, originally meant for a stream release, has made over $350 million. I ain't gonna give no goddamn Loch Ness Monster no $350. Cash gave him $1 on a reported $80 million.
Baron. We've got the clip, man.
I know,
We've got the clip.
I know.
That's right. I said, I ain't giving you no $350, you goddamn Loch Ness monster. Get your own goddamn money.
I gave him a...
Yep. See, thank you, Chef's parents. Steve Asbell, president of 20th Century Fox, recently spoke with THR and teased what is to come, which includes a secret. Double secret probation Predator movie that was made and will be released. It stars Harvey Weinstein, Kathleen Kennedy, and wrong Predators. Yes, a Predator movie will have a theatrical, as Bill said, in regards to Predator Badlands that gets released in 2025. Ah, geez, a whole year? He continued.
It's actually not that far off.
I know it's not. Don't remind me. He continued, I'll tell you very simply. After Prey became a success, Dan, and I think it's Trachtenberg, came back and said he didn't want to do Prey 2. And we were like, well, what other Predators do you know about? And he says, well, we'll do Predator. He had off a bunch of ideas that were really crazy, but really cool. And we actually done 2 of them. 2 are coming out this next year, Abel explained. 1 I can't talk about yet. But the other one is live action Predator film with Ella Fanning that just wrapped in New Zealand. The Kiwis were happy. That'll be out theatrically sometime next year. Joaquin Phoenix would be in awe of Batman, says Todd Phillips. Okay. THR questioned Asbell about the one getting the theatrical release. It's titled Badlands. I thought that was the one that came out on Bombs. It was supposed to be Borderlands, but it was so horrid that it came out as Badlands now. And it is an absolutely bonkers idea.
I just went bada bump.
Bada bump. Thank you. It is I'm here all night, folks. Remember to drink minimum. It's a sci-fi thing, but it's not what everybody thinks it is. And I mean, it's awesome. It's so nuts. But in Dan we trust, he said. In Disney, we run away like hell. Regarding the second one, Asbell can't say much. There is a second Predator movie that we have definite plans for. Dan has actually
different.
different. Sorry, that we have different plans for. Dan has actually directed both. He said. I was getting too worked up, just getting too excited. THR also asked if another Alien versus Predator is possible, with Asbel offering it will be a different take than the original. They sit around, have tea, talk about things, their victims, stuff like that. Probably, he said, about another AVP happening. Isn't that the Adult Video Awards, the AVP? It wouldn't be in the way you think. That's the thing. Not in the way that it will be called Alien versus Predator or anything like the original movie. Alien Predator's Bogus Journey. If we, I don't know, that cracked me up all of a sudden. I don't know why. That wasn't that good, I don't think.
Bogus.
Alien and Predator go to White Castle.
or Alien and Predator, yet they sound like Beavis and Butthead.
Alien Predator, yeah. Alien Predator meet Frankenstein. Yeah. Oh God. Alien Predator flying deuces. If we do this, I'm gonna get away from this right now. They'll be organically created out of these two franchises that we've continued with characters that we fall in love with, and those characters will combine, perhaps. Okay, we're going into a weird area here. Okay,
love with predators. Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, the character.
Alien Predators and a baby. Alien Predator and a baby. But we haven't gotten to that point, and we're not just going to bang it out. Okay.
Contain yourself, Aaron. Contain yourself.
Oh man.
Oh God. Okay. I can do it. Another Alien movie from Romulus director Fede Alvarez. That guy is also in the works. We're working on a sequel idea now, as Bill confirmed. We haven't quite closed our deal with. Is it Fede?
Alvarez.
Fede?
Alvarez.
Alvarez. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But we are going to. And as he has an idea that we're working on, the two
I love
survivors.
How cryptic this is. There's an idea, and it's gonna be great, and we know it's gonna be great.
Idea, man. It's gonna be so awesome, and this movie will probably never come out, but it's an awesome idea, right?
What has been burdened must be unburdened.
3 aliens and a little lady. That's what I'm waiting for.
Oh yeah, 3 aliens and a little lady. Yeah, that's the sequel.
No. Alien, Terminator, Predator, and a baby.
Oh my gosh.
Not a tumor.
Magnum P Predator.
You
got the Predator going around solving cases. Hey, where's Higgins? Higgins is an alien. Oh no.
Heaven help us.
Bad.
I need all the help I can get.
Right.
The two survivors, Rain and Andy. How about Raggedy Ann and Andy? Okay. So I always think of it like, wow.
Played by Kaylee Spaney or Spaney. I don't really know how to pronounce her last name.
I skipped
and David Johnson.
Okay, I bet.
Well, real highlights of the film. I don't know. The film was good up until I started saying, "Oh, look, there's Alien 3 inserted into the movie." Oh, Alien Resurrection. Thanks for the copy and paste.
Boy, you were sounding like you were sounding like Oh God, I got a mail block on his name from the 80s. Back to School, The Screaming Professor.
I'm trying to. Yeah.
Oh, don't come to me. Oh, come to me. I'm ashamed I got a mail block on it. And so I always think like, wow, where do people want to see them go like next, man? And Mike said, there's this thing called the unemployment line. I'd like to see them go there. So we know that there's going to be aliens. We know there's going to be great horror set pieces. But I fell in love with both of them, and I want to see what their story is. The Menage a Trois is also great, by the way.
And you're done, Baron. You survived. You read all 7 articles. You survived.
See, Cash, it's not hard. It's not hard, Cash.
Don't look at me, man. If you showed up yesterday, you wouldn't have been punished.
You have an aversion to reading stories.
You
how
wouldn't
long
have
did it get you to do it? How long did it take us to get?
Don't put me involved in this.
I'm getting you involved because you are involved.
Don't put me
involved.
Hey,
let's go, man. Let's have Cash and Baron settle amongst themselves.
Oh, well, normally I'd say that we'd have Penguin Dome, but this is the topic for this is going to be the topic for cranky old fans. Where is everybody? Just us? Hey, everybody, welcome.
You two are supposed to settle it like men. What the hell?
I was just ignoring Baron there. What was he saying?
What?
He was saying this is a topic that you guys should discuss on Cranky Old Fans.
Oh,
yeah,
whatever, man. Baron got punished because he had to be. Because he
hated it.
Up until the copy and paste job from Alien 3 and Alien Resurrection, I was enjoying the movie. Once the copy and paste started happening, I'm all, this fuck.
I didn't. The last Alien movie that I saw was whatever.
On
Prometheus. No, Prometheus. I didn't hate Prometheus, but I don't remember it very well. It's been a long time since I watched it.
Wow, that's a glowing endorsement.
I think I've seen them all.
Yeah, I have definitely not seen
them all. You got these aliens in your Pokeballs?
Yeah, I think I've seen them all.
Boy, you must have some full Pokeballs. That's all I got to say.
I mean, it's just we have these articles, just like the Sebastian Stan thing, where it's like they barely say anything. If it's like, wow, that's
why I picked the articles so we can pick them apart. And
that Alien one, it's like, hey, I'm so excited, and this is going to be awesome, and it's like, yeah, that seems good, and then it's like, you're not really saying anything. Is this ever going to come out? We don't know, but it will, and it's going to be an awesome idea.
Alien Predator versus Aliens bowel movement coming this fall.
Oh gosh.
Watch as the alien does the butt scamper across the carpet and the Predator hits him over the head with a rolled up newspaper saying, "No! Bad alien!"
Predator instead of Jake and the Fat Man, Predator and the alien.
It was the alien getting hit by the anvil. The Predator dropped.
Yeah. All
and the alien holding up a sign saying "ouch."
The instead of the Jeffersons, the aliens. I mean, turn it into some kind of stupid comedy.
Turn Alien versus Predator into The Odd Couple.
The perfect alien.
Oh, there we go.
Perfect stranger. The alien family instead of the Addams family. I mean,
or instead of Mork and Mindy, Predator and Alien.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you have the alien dressed up as Mindy, and the Predator goes nanu.
Don't disparage Mindy too much. She was a cutie.
Yeah, no, she was. Yeah. bosom aliens, right? Or bosom predator.
Okay. This part, of course, being that they're acting this way right now, we do have to do our PSA at the moment.
How many of you believe that having a hobby is a healthy and perfect way to express your individuality? Show of hands, now. Well, you're wrong.
We had to get that PSA out of the way.
Yeah, and we also have to get this one out of the way of actors too, because a lot of them are saying things and you're just rolling your eyes lately.
How many of you think the opinions of actors should be valued as much as, well, say, doctors, engineers, or a courageous congressman?
Right here. Yeah, right on.
Well, you're wrong. Actors are self-centered punks.
Did somebody say Mark Hamill? Fuck you, Mark Hamill. Just fuck you.
I didn't say Mark Hamill.
Fuck you, Mark Hamill. Just fuck you.
Now comes the part where we throw our heads back and laugh. Ready?
Ready!
I love that one. I don't even know where it's from, but I love it. I should be ashamed I don't know where it's from, but it's a classic clip. A new classic clip, we should say.
So how do you feel, Baron? You made it through all 7 articles of today's show.
How do I feel? How do I feel, huh?
Yeah, how do you feel?
It stinks.
Well, I mean, if Spock could answer the question after going through what he and the Enterprise crew went through in Star Trek 4, so can he.
What I gotta say, though, how this worked is because
I have people skills. I am good at dealing with people. Can't you understand that? What the hell is wrong with you?
How about no?
So he's not buying the D&D Dead by Daylight content? Is that?
I mean,
How about no?
if he's not interested in buying that or the DLC, then
So you get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
Day, sir.
Pata wannabe.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
But also the greatest.
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
God, I miss these.
I
miss these.
Come on, guys, I'm being serial.
Super serial. I'm
super serial, man.
Very interesting, but stupid.
Of course it's stupid. Stupid is as stupid does.
Yeah. And just remember, you should be happy for joining us here on Pop Talk, because if you watch any other streams out there, any other YouTuber, this is what it's like.
This has been a test of the emergency hypnotoad system. Had this been an actual hypnosis, you would go limp and watch whatever crap comes on next.
True.
Yeah, well, that's just like your opinion, man.
I thought we had a wonderful stream, Baron. Non-hypnotizing.
Well, it was all about hypnotizing. What are you talking about, man?
I know.
What are you talking about, Willis?
It was.
It was very hypnotizing.
But now is the time of the show where I will ask you all to promote yourselves or promote another channel. So, Pata wannabe, we're gonna start with you, brother.
I thought we were gonna throw back our heads and laugh again.
I love
never
it.
had it, never will.
Okay, today's Sunday. Tonight we got Farscape. Farscape Watch Party. I think we're on episode 10, 11, and 12. That'll be on Appion's channel. And Carla Burton will probably appear with us on that. She's usually there for the watch parties. I will.
It was made in Australia. Wow.
She actually loves watching the shows we've been picking out, she's like, "That's a kiwi." Because we watched Legend of the Seeker, which was like all, like probably 98% New Zealand cast and workers. And now we're watching Farscape, and she's like, "That's funny. That alien sounds like a kiwi."
Probably is.
But yeah, she nails it. It's so funny seeing that. And Farscape's actually a very interesting show.
It is. Have you seen it before?
Oh my gosh. No, I haven't seen it. But the farting helium and then the napalm urine was, oh man. So far it's been pretty good.
The Long Suffering loved that show, and she's not into science fiction.
Man.
She loved that show.
I'm trying to think now. I don't think Carla's watched it. Or maybe I'm trying to think. Maybe all three of us haven't watched it, but Pop comes on, who has seen it many times. And so he's been our like Jedi Master with that, because there's things, I mean, it's 90s television, they don't always do the best at explaining some things you really got to be like, "Oh yeah, remember when we saw that thing?" Or you really would have to do some recall. This would have been
back in that time we had a little thing where you actually had to watch the show and retain what you saw instead of just sit on the phone going, look at them, just disco good.
Okay, so it's still Sunday. So I think after the watch party, if the game is still going on Prime, I'll probably be on Outlaw Bill's channel to help do play-by-play with the end of the game. So I'll be there because we're trying to get that going. We don't all have the right streaming yet, and as the season goes on, game days will change. So, and then Tuesday. Ooh, what are we watching Tuesday?
Well, you Tuesday
on Appion's channel. I think we just watched Addams Family, but I think we might be watching 13 Ghosts on Tuesday.
Ooh,
we're kind of on a Matthew Lillard kick. We saw In the Name of the King with Jason Statham. Matthew Lillard plays a great role. He's killing it in these roles. He does so much better than everybody else. And then we just watched Scooby-Doo. And he's in 13 Ghosts. And then I believe this week is going to be your week, Cash. So on what day is it? Friday? He likes to do them at 5:30. We'll have to do some communication, make sure that time's good. But I think you're going to be this Friday. Cash is going to do Daredevil on Appion, on our Thedo, The Hill I Die On stream.
You picked a sucky ass film. That's the hill you're dying on, man.
It's a great
didn't look
one.
All that great either.
I mean, it's like doing Wonder Woman 84, man.
No, it's not even close to 84. It's actually pretty decent.
The greatest
Looker is 100 times better than
the greatest thing about watching these movies that weren't taken very well or didn't have big box office numbers is
they do.
Every single one of these movies so far, somebody in them is giving us like their best performance on film. It is so funny for these movies, and it's like huge stars, like I picked Speed Racer, that wasn't very well received, but the way Susan Sarandon and John Goodman play those characters, if you miss that movie, you miss one of their best performances.
Have you watched Looker, Cash?
No. Looks terrible.
I haven't watched it before, so I have nothing to really say on it.
Okay, so you haven't watched it, so this is what I gotta say to you. Shut up!
So, have you watched Daredevil, though?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah, huh? I don't believe you.
Yeah, a long time ago.
I like parts of Daredevil. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, Jennifer Garner's one of those parts, but
there's 2
parts that I really like on her. But
Pacific has already given us his next pick.
Yes.
So
Oh, you got my
That'll
pick
be
too.
that. Oh no, yeah, we do have some of these, and I was gonna say for all you guys, once we're getting a pretty good stable of people, so we'll have. It'll be more than a month before we can get back to people, but you're definitely gonna stay on this list because this has got to be the most fun stream, like to even talk about and even to think of the movies. It just is.
I had fun with you guys talking about Lost in Space from '98.
That was awesome.
Meanie Rogers. Oh. So you got a stable of unstable people. Okay.
Yeah, basically. And I'm not sure what my next one. I have John Carter for a suit for one in kind of in the holster, but I'm trying to keep coming up with a little bit some gooder ideas. And then I've actually
I hear John Carter's pretty good. It's just that Disney fucked everything up with Frozen.
Right. And that's kind of where I like to draw the line for this particular Thedo stream is it doesn't have to be bad necessarily. It's just something people didn't really accept because it's if you die on a hill like, oh, I'm going to pick Terminator. It's like, no, there's too many people on that hill. So what everybody has been picking has been spot on, like perfect for these kind of things. Scooby-Doo was great. I thought that was hilarious.
I'm going to have to watch Daredevil again because it's been a long time since I've watched it. So.
Oh, yeah, and that's the one I'm going to try and get the... Appiana did this a couple months ago, just going through the Marvel library, and we have, I think we have the deleted scenes and some of that stuff too. So we'll see if we can't get all that on there. But yeah, I'll DM everybody and make sure. I'm pretty sure you're the next guest though. But that'll be Friday, if you can do that Friday. We'll get there. I'm not gonna make him answer on stream here.
And speaking of Cash, what do you got coming up on the Phantom Hooligans?
Well, let's see. I'll go with what. Next week we're actually going to play it this time because of a certain person. But we're going to be playing State of Decay 2. Yeah, State of Decay 2. We'll be playing that next week at 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Friday. So that'll be fun. We'll, I think what we're going to do is the daybreak stuff, right? That's what it's called. We're going to do that for the few hours. Yes. That'll be fun. Beating up zombies. And if we have to feed the zombies to Baron or whatever, then,
Because it's like Patriot and I were telling you last night, when you play Daybreak, you unlock different weapons in the regular game.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. I can finally say in a few days, I just finished editing my video of Velma, so it's finished, and I just need to upload, and I'm all set.
It's 6 hours long, folks.
It's 6 hours. No, it's not. It's like 7. 7 minutes. 7 hours.
Is that the series? Was that Velma series?
Yeah, the Velma series, and then the special, and basically, I'm hoping it gets a lot of hate because I did my best not to curse much at all, so they did. So yeah, the Velma video's done, and then and then I don't know. I'm thinking of in the next day or two. I'm thinking about playing Doom Eternal. I haven't decided yet, but I'm going to be doing another game. It's been a little while since I've done a solo gaming stream, so I want to do that soon. Probably before Halloween, and I want to pick a Halloween type theme game. So yeah, that's what's coming up on the Phantom Hooligans and the Cash Money 007 on Twitch. And then I guess I'll also promote Cranky Old Fans coming up in just a few days on Tuesday at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Cash Money Madness and 10 p.m. Central. So with Baron and we're going to talk about 2 topics. And
that is over on your Rumble channel.
Yep, it's on the Rumble channel. Yep.
Rumble.
So yeah, that's there's always cool stuff going on, and I'll let Baron promote the rest. So.
Wow.
I know. Yeah.
All right, Baron, you're up.
Okay, I was just waiting for the cue. So he already took care of Cranky Old Fans. But I will hit on a show that takes place Thursday between 6 and 6:30 Central Standard Time. And the reason why 6 to 6:30 is that it's being run by a Norwegian. And that's how Norwegians schedule stuff. And that Norwegian's Chase Fox. And that show is The Beyond on Fox's 540 Studio channel. And what is it all about? Well, the host Chase Fox, Prismatics, Mr. Cash Monet down there, myself, Kilted Cajun, Whoopa Troopa will hopefully show up sometime, as well as Hoshi. And we just sit around, we talk about various topics, and have a crazy Norwegian host to boot with that, and to bear with. So please join us Thursdays between 6 and 6:30 Central Time for the 540s, The Beyond. Tomorrow at 5 o'clock, we'll premiere my latest video of gameplay of Contraband Police. I hope that you will please join us, or at least watch it there. Yes, and I know I got to reply back to a gentleman who was kind enough to leave me a message, and he thought it was great, but I sounded like I was a million miles away. And it's like, yeah, I know. It's a problem I've been fighting with for a long time on that one, and I hope I can find a solution. But so, I mean, getting some positive, and of course, getting those thumb downs always make me happy. Because it means I'm tweaking somebody. So, with that, please join in on that one. Of course, I'm hanging out with the rest of these guys, whether they're gaming or they're on their streams. And with that, Cash Monet took care of some of those. I will leave it up to our master, Mike, Pacific414, Doc Pop himself. Back to you, Mike.
I'm not your master.
Master? Baron, relax.
Well, unless you're a Padawan. Yes, you're a Padawan.
Hey.
I'm trying to get back in good graces here, okay?
But as far as what's coming up on Pacific414 for YouTube and Rumble for this coming week, Tuesday, I will be playing more Batman Arkham Knight. I'm going to deal with some more Scarecrow issues and rescue some more firemen and try to get some of the other side missions that are important to the main story done. And then that's going to be occurring at 6 p.m. Eastern on both the YouTube and Rumble channel on Tuesday. Wednesday, we're having another watch party because I was thinking, you know what? It's Halloween Eve, and I already have a game stream scheduled for Halloween. So why don't we just have another watch party? And as far as I know, Baron hasn't seen this movie. Cash, I'm not sure if you've seen this movie, but we are going to watch Ghostbusters Afterlife.
Yep, I haven't watched it
yet. I've been wanting to. I haven't yet. I'm looking forward to it. Because I ain't afraid of no ghosts. Well, okay, some ghosts. Okay, I'm scared of ghosts.
So that'll be happening at 6 p.m. Eastern on Wednesday's Pop Talk. If you'd like to watch the movie alongside us, just click onto the Cosme link that'll be pinned to the top of the chat.
Do it.
And it'll also be pinned on the top of the chat on the Rumble side if anybody from the Rumble side wishes to watch along with us. And on Wednesday, I already said Wednesday, on Thursday, I will be playing more Alien Isolation. Yes, I will be trying to avoid the Xenomorph and also those left behind on the station who killed me over and over and over again the other night.
Thanks.
Yeah. And I started ranting and raving. It's that gamer kind of rant and rave.
Yeah, even on normal, that game can be challenging.
I'm for that.
So that'll be happening. And then, of course, we'll have next Sunday's Pop Talk. And on November 6th, well, we will be watching Transformers 1. Because it's out on digital, I went ahead and purchased it, and I hope you all enjoy it. I'm not saying you better enjoy it, Megatron. Okay, that was a really good Megatron impression, but you get the idea. No, I want you all to join us because it was part of the poll that we had on the channel, on the YouTube channel, that is. and judge it for yourself. If you like it, cool. If you don't like it, you're not going to hurt my feelings. I already have my opinion on it. I want to hear other people's opinion on it. So that's what's coming up on the channel. I do want to take the time to thank those of you in the chat who said a few things, watch us for a little bit, and I want to say hello to Pop Culture Mechanic, because like Pop Culture Mechanic, you all show support for this channel. I am greatly appreciative of that. And Low Spec Linux Gaming was here, formerly known as Low Spec Linux Laptop. We had Tree Rock Creations. Thank you, Tree Rock Creations. Phil McCracken. Dadman Walking. Old Man, it's good to see you, old man. And you're wrong. So, folks, thank you for watching us. Hope you like what you saw. Make sure you subscribe to Baron Orban Tag's Fandom Legacy. Subscribe to Cash's channel, The Phantom Hooligans, and also Cash Money Madness. Subscribe to the Padawannabe. Subscribe to Apion, Outlaw Bill, and anyone else you want to subscribe to. And if you have recommendations of what channels we should check out and subscribe to, let us know in the comments section. And until then, remember, don't ever give up on me in a game, because just when you do, you might miss something.
Autobots, transform and roll out!